20 and 21. They did the same thing to my people. So you said that they put millions of my Should a murderer go to jail for murdering? Absolutely. Should a thief go to jail when he steals? Absolutely. Should a robber pay back the money he robbed? Absolutely. So why shouldn't the white man pay for what he did? That's right. That's right.
Was never expected to grow. Just obstacle set in the road. That a result of me selling my soul. The story I'm telling is cold, but yet it's what everyone knows. The white man's the devil is known. America was never a home. Only a place of captivity, safe facility, hating, disfigure me. They claim that I'm lazy, be killing me. Maybe the slavery draining my energy. 400 years and counting. The trail of my tears is countless. Main fact that I'm here is astounding, but I can't wait till this shit is surrounded. Ready to tangle my king and the angel, be ready to rap. Crack in the sky, nuclear missiles and make it official. I'm capturing every cracker surviving. Put them all in chains where they need to be. Slavery for me. And let the whole world see that with them in the cage and safer in the streets. Put the dog on a leash. Get resolved for the beast. 144, get the ruler show, we could all be at peace. As soon as the trumpets are sound, your kingdom, we busting it down. The only way justice is found, the time for your judgment is now.
You see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a
Ain't no remorse in my blood slump. It won't be no compromise. Now it's time to feed the worms. Watch his body turn to flies. I clutch iron while you trust the lies. The next Glock I'm back gon' be Gen 5. I get it customized. And sending shots off like farewell. Praying payback come back around like a carousel. Still remember your Honda's words ringing in my head like bells. Said you in this body, you fit a Lord, fuck the cartel. Triangle choke, apply pressure to the game like I did Vondale. Payback's a bitch in a dress, she a bombshell. Revenge is dish served cold, I just hope they making oxtail. Glock fresh out the box, I swear it got that new car smell. Made myself a target in a world of mad shooters. Devils design fire for our babies to pass through it. And the day of our king's reign, I'll be overzealous. They bought my jealous, I bought brand new parabellums.
You see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a
Hey, Shalom Israel. Shalom Israel. We are the ISUPK. Started out at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General Yahawadah. This is the ISUPK Orlando Saturday class. Your priest, your teacher, priest, and officer 500, Chaanak Yahawadah, along with Officer 5K Thawashab and Trooper Tazarat. Right. Yeah, we in the building. We at 101 East Central Boulevard, downtown Orlando Library, room 437 on the 4th floor. If anybody available, anybody around the area, you know, y'all come up. We'll be happy to have you, be glad to have you come through this joint. You know what I'm saying? We up in here. So, you know, more than welcome to come through. Yeah, man, Clyde, you there?
Shalom, Yahweh Shimmy, Yahweh Sabarakatham.
Hey, yeah, how about you, man? Shabbat, what's going on? Yeah, how about you, man? Shabbat, thumb to the brothers. Yeah, how Shemar thought about you, man? Shout to the sisters. All right, let's get it cracking. Let's get it cracking. As we always do, we start off with any questions anybody may have. Let's get it. Brother, you said you had questions. Man.
So my question would be, in the Song of Solomon 1 and 5, when I read, it sounds like the context is his rib speaking and not Solomon himself. So can I get a breakdown on that?
Let's get it. If anybody got any questions in the chat, you can type it in and we'll get to it. All right. If you want to read it.
Comes the book of Solomon, chapter 1 and verse 1. The Song of Songs, which is Solomon's. Let him kiss me with the kisses of his mouth, for thy love is better than wine. Because of the savor of thy good ointments, thy name is as ointment poured forth. Therefore do the virgins love thee. Draw me, we will run after thee. The king hath brought me into his chambers. We will be glad and rejoice in thee. We will remember thy love more than wine. The upright love thee. I am black, but comely, O ye daughters of Jerusalem, as the tents of Kedar, as the curtains of Solomon.
Brothers might not go ahead and answer it.
But in context, this is definitely Solomon speaking, right? What we have to understand about the songs of Solomon, these are songs being sung by him and to him, right? So it's a duet with him and his ribs. So in some verses, you'll find him directly speaking, or in some verses, it'll be the ribs speaking to him. Like they're speaking of Solomon. That's why it's also called the songs of Solomon, right? Now, and what you need is also historical context as well, too, right? The Jews have always been black. Solomon was from the tribe of what?
Judah.
Tribe of Judah, right? The Jews is written in Jeremiah 14:2 that the Jews are black. You know what I'm saying? So he being from the tribe of Judah will make him black as well, too. So as he's speaking, he's saying, I am black, right? I am black, but beautiful. So all the time, the verses prior to that, that would be his rib, right? And when we get to this point, it's him speaking back to the ribs. That's why it says, O ye daughter of Jerusalem, right? He's a Jew from Jerusalem, from the capital, which his father built, right? And he's speaking as context of his nation, of his people, right? I am black, but beautiful. You know what I mean? And that's a powerful statement in 2026 to make that we've been saying since the 60s, you know what I mean? Since the Black Power movement, right? They've been saying that, you know what I mean? Black is beautiful. Free Huey. They made a whole chant about it, you know what I'm saying? When the Huey Newton got arrested, they was in front of the jail singing that same chant that Solomon said thousands of years ago, you know what I mean? So in context, this is Solomon speaking about Israel, about himself. Yeah.
Wow.
I'm most correct. And I know you got more questions too, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm trying to think about this one. All right, so this is the one I really want to know about. So the Most High said, don't sacrifice your children, right? Can I get a breakdown and a justification of Judges 11:30-36?
It's a 30 through 36.
11:30.
Okay. All right. And Yeah, you can go ahead and read it. Did you want to take this one?
I knew that was coming. I knew that was coming. I knew he was gonna say. I knew it.
Yeah, it's all right.
We can
go back and forth.
Yeah, I can't even say MJ and Scotty no more because MJ might have pinching little white boys behind. Go Kyrie and LeBron or somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can go ahead and truth of the rock.
Come. This is the book of Judges, chapter 11 and verse 30. And Jephthah vowed a vow unto the Lord and said, if thou shalt without fail deliver the children of Ammon into mine hands, then it shall be that whatsoever come forth of the doors of my house to meet me, when I return in peace from the children of Ammon, shall surely be the Lord's, and I will offer it up for a burnt offering.
Right. So this is a king or a judge that was in war with a heathen, and he made a vow, right? Meaning a promise or a covenant agreement with the Lord that if the Lord deliver him, man, I'll give you whatever you want in burnt offering. You know what I'm saying? So and other verses, it will mention how make sure whatever you vow unto the Lord. I know you're familiar with those verses, that you keep it, that you uphold it. You know what I'm saying? So this is a brother that's serving the Lord. He knows he has to keep this vow. You know, he has to keep this promise, right? Read on.
Come. So Jephthah passed over unto the children of Ammon to fight against them, and the Lord delivered them into his hands. And he smote them from Aroer, even until come Minute, even 20 cities, and unto the plain of the vineyards, with a very great slaughter. Thus the children of Ammon were subdued before the children of Israel.
Right, man. We went to war with these people, and these people was also bordering our country, right? Bordering our land, right? And this is one of the nations that the Lord told us to drive out when we first got out there. You know what I mean? So what he was doing was justified. You know what I mean? It was their time to get out of our rightful land, right? And the Lord blessed them with that, right? Read on.
Come. And Jephthah came to Mizpah unto his house, and behold, his daughter came out to meet him with timbrels and with dances, and she was his only child. Besides her, he had neither son nor daughter. And it came to pass when he saw her that he rent his clothes and said, alas, my daughter, thou hast brought me very low, and thou art one of them that trouble me. For I have opened my mouth unto the Lord, and I cannot go back.
Right, like we mentioned, right? Once you make a vow, you have to keep it, right? Read on.
Come. And she said unto him, my father, if thou hast opened thy mouth unto the Lord, do to me according to that which has proceeded out of thy mouth. For as much as the Lord has taken vengeance for thee of thine enemies, even of the children of Ammon. And she said unto her father, let this thing be done for me. Let me alone 2 months, that I may go up and down upon the mountains and bewail my virginity, I and my fellows. And he said, go, and sent her away for 2 months. And she went with her companions and bewailed her virginity upon the mountains. And it came to pass at the end of 2 months that she returned unto her father, who did with her according to his vow, which he had vowed. And she knew no man, and it was a custom in Israel, that the daughters of Israel went yearly to lament the daughter of Jephthah, the Gileadite, 4 days in a year.
Right, so his daughter coming back after the 2 months, he sent her away because he knew what he vowed unto her. Now, as far as him unaliving her and putting her to death, right, I will have to get verification on that. You dig what I'm saying? I do remember that General Muhammad did answer this question a while back. And what I remember of what he said is that he did not, deal with her, or he didn't allow her to deal with anybody else, right? But what I'm going to do is verify that for you. You know what I'm saying? But of course, we know that the Bible, there's no contradiction, right? We know we can't sacrifice our children and do none of that stuff. know what I'm saying? So let me verify that for you. All right.
Come, sir, Salaki. Man, that's what it says in verse 39. That she knew no man. And as it was a custom in Israel that the daughters of Israel went yearly to lament the daughters of, what's her name? Japheth and the Gileadite 4 days in a year. So, like, I guess it's this saying what you saying, like, she couldn't marry. She had to be separated. And the daughters of Israel went and separated themselves.
Yeah, I do recall that when that was mentioned as well. So yeah, I just want to verify it, you know what I mean? Just to make sure. Other than that, I know you got some more. Come on with it, my man. Yes, sir.
Let's do this one.
Mhm.
Luke 8:53. Should I ask my question first?
Yeah, go ahead and
So in this verse, was his disciples laughing him to score him as well?
you said Luke 8:53.
Kana will come.
Okay.
And
Okay. So yeah, you can start up a little bit and read,
Kana will come.
so we can just get some context.
49.
49. All right, start there.
This is the book of Luke, chapter 8, 49. While he yet spake, there cometh one from the ruler of the synagogue's house, saying to him, Thy daughter is dead, trouble not the master. But when Yahawadah heard it, he answered him, saying, Fear not, believe only, and she shall be made whole. And when he came into the house, he suffered no man to go in, save Peter and James and John, and the father and the mother of the maiden. And all wept and bewailed her. But he said, Weep not, she is not dead, but sleeping. And they laughed him to scorn,
Right.
knowing she was dead.
Right. The ones that laughed him to scorn was her relatives that was in there, right? The family that was with Yahawadah in there. The disciples was there with Christ to back him up. You dig what I'm saying?
Salaki.
Uh-huh.
So in verse 54, why did he put them all out?
Right. Those of her relatives, right? Not the disciples. You know what I'm saying? He put those that was laughing them to scorn, right? In context, right? The all will be those that were laughing. And those that were laughing was her relatives that was there. You dig what I'm saying? With Yahawadah, because they knew that she was dead. You know what I mean? The disciples was traveling with Christ, so they on the move with him. And now in this case, that they needed Christ to heal her daughter. You know what I mean? So in the voyage of his ministry and healing people, his disciples are always with him. You know what I'm saying? So he's not there when she passed away and know the whole backstory. So they came along with him, you know what I'm saying, not knowing anything other than what the relatives told him. And they were laughing to scorn because they know more than anybody else do. You dig what I'm saying? They knowing that she's dead already. Why the hell do you think what you gonna do that anybody else can't do? So the all would be those that were laughing. You know what I'm saying? Not the disciples. Nah, most time. Anything you want to add? But if you want to continue on that verse, does that answer your question? Or okay.
I'm wondering, because when he said he put them all out, I'm thinking like, what? Did his disciples laugh him and scorn him?
Right.
He threw everybody out and had to do what he had.
Right.
So that's what I was thinking.
God. Yeah, the disciples know what's up.
Can I get up? Can I?
Keep on. Let's run it. Let's run it. We ain't got nothing online. We ain't got nothing online. Get it. It's all yours.
The book of Luke, chapter 16 and verse 8.
Mm-hmm.
I want to break down to what he meant by that.
Luke 16 and 8. All right. You want to tackle this, Canuck? You tackle this.
That's milk.
This nigga- Nah, you got it. You can read the other up. Can I break it down?
Let's get some
Get some
context.
context. All right.
Okay, I start at verse 5, maybe.
Mhm.
This is the book of Luke, chapter 16 and verse 5. So he called every one of his Lord debtors unto him, and said unto the first, How much owest thou unto my Lord? And he said, 100 measures of oil. And he said unto him, Take thy bill, and sit down quickly, and write 50. Then he said unto another, And how much owest thou? And he said, 100 measures of wheat. And he said unto him, Take thy bill, and write 44.
You can tell if you want. Yeah, it's up to you.
Hey, start at one.
The book of Luke, chapter 16 and verse 1. And he said also unto his disciples, There was a certain rich man, which had a steward, and the same was accused unto him that he had wasted his goods. And he called him and said unto him, How is it that I hear this of thee? Give an account of thy stewardship, for thou mayest no longer be steward.
So this is the Lord, this is Christ giving a parable of a steward that did wrong to his master.
Mm.
And as you read on, you'll see where it's coming into full play. So just remember that he's talking about what the steward did. And this whole thing is how the steward is going to act towards other people. But don't forget what he did unto his master.
Verse 3. Then the steward said within himself, What shall I do? For my Lord taketh away from me the stewardship. I cannot dig. To beg, I am ashamed.
Right. He's like, damn, well, I was in a good high position. Now I'm being brought low. Like, what I'm going to do? Go around and ask people for the same people that I was getting money from or getting anything from to do what I need to do. Now I'm going to go and ask these same people for some money. Like he was being prideful at this point. You know what I'm saying? Because he's been brought low. Like that's like with anybody in a high position that treat their position as like you got a supervisor. It could be a brother or somebody, and he don't treat the employees right. You know what I'm saying? He always running down on you, being hard on you. He get demoted. Now he down there with you. So what he gonna do? Ask you for help? You know what I'm saying? Ask you to show him how to do this when he always running down on you about doing the little things and that. This is his mindset right here. I can't beg. I ain't finna beg nobody. You know what I'm saying? I'm this person.
Right.
Keep reading.
I am resolved what to do, that when I am put out of the stewardship, they may receive me into their houses.
Mm-hmm.
So he called every one of his Lord debtors unto him.
Go
If I could just to interject, it's also important to know who the steward is, who the good master is in context or relevance to today. You dig what I mean? Like the steward would be who? Like, well, yeah, but not in what way? Like what aspect of the children of Israel would the steward be? Like a steward is what? A servant, right?
Right.
Right. Now this servant is working for the good master, and like Canuck said, this steward had a high position. Who are those that's supposed to be the leaders? Right? Pastors. Right. This is who they're talking about. And the good master is the one that's, Yahawadah, right? So they say that they know Christ, that they work for Christ, right? But these stewards, like Canuck said, they just oversight and being hard on the people and not really taking care of the people. You know what I'm saying? We continue on. No.
So he called every one of his Lord debtors unto him, and said unto the first, How much owest thou unto my Lord? And he said, 100 measures of oil. And he said unto him, Take thy bill, and sit down quickly, and write 50.
Right. So what is going on here? He calling everybody that, my bad. He's calling everybody that owe his master. But remember, he don't work for the master no more. You know what I'm saying? He got demoted. So what do you get from now? Because we're gonna read more, but What you perceiving what's happening right now?
He's stealing.
Still, he's being crooked. You know what I'm saying? He's still, he ain't being right. You know what I mean? And that's what got him in this position in the first place. Because that would have mentioned, like, I heard that you some goods missing, some things missing, and you wrote this down in the law, but it ain't so. This is not matching up with what's going on. So, yeah, I'm gonna drop you down from imposition because, like you say, either you corrupt or you stealing. One or the other, or it could be both.
Then he said unto another, how much owest thou? And he said, 100 measures of wheat. And he said unto him, take thy bill and write 80. And the Lord commended the unjust steward because he had done wisely. For the children of this world are in their generation wiser than the children of light. That's my question.
What wiser than the children of light? When they say he had done wisely, well, what does that mean? They say the Lord commanded the unjust steward that he's unjust, meaning that what he's doing ain't righteous. What the pastors doing are not righteous because they come in the name of the Lord, but then what? They have their own agenda. They're trying to get that Rolls Royce. They're trying to get that private jet. They're trying to get that money, but they're using the Lord. They're using the Lord's name to gain what they want to get. They're not. Who are they paying their tithes to? They're taking all them tithes, and where is it going? Is it going to help the people? Can Sister Johnson get her light bill paid when her lights are cut off? You supposed to put the tithes in the storehouse and help the people, help the children of Israel, help the people, help the congregation when they get in a bad position. That's what Commander Journey Hunter does. Shit, he gonna help me pay my rent twice. You know what I mean? So what is this? What is this saying when it says he has done wisely?
So he's saying, I think sneaky or conniving, but it says he commended him. Said he commended him, not condemned. He commended.
So what they're speaking of? What is that saying?
I mean, I'm praising you for it. I applaud you. I like what you did.
Just what will help out as well, right, is to also understand the relevance of who the debtors are, right? All of that will help you make sense on why this Lord is saying that, right? The master, right? And it kind of goes with what you said, right? Because he's being smart, he's being slick. You get what I'm saying? Like he understood, like he's impressed by it. The Lord is impressed by the move that he made, right? So we know the steward are the leaders, right? At that time, the leaders were who?
The Pharisees.
Pharisees, right? The Pharisees and Sadducees. You know, they're the leaders. The Lord is Yahawadah. Who's the debtors?
Just any other peasant. I wouldn't call it peasants, but just the average Israelite, I guess.
Right. But in relevance to today, like we got the leaders that sit on the top of us, the preachers, the pastors, right? We know back then that was the Pharisees, right? And then the debtors is the people that owe who? They owe who? The Lord, right? In the parable, they owe the Lord, right? So that would be us wanting to serve God, right? Now there is much more than paying tithes and serving God. You dig what I'm saying? Like there's a whole list of duties that we must accomplish as Israelites to serve God. But what does the leaders do? Right?
They don't lead us that way.
They don't lead us that way. And what else? Because we're in debt, right? We owe the Lord. They take more. That's not necessarily what they're doing in the parable.
You talking about the leaders, or you talking about
the stewards, right? The debtors. What did the stewards do for the debtors? Because they owed the Lord, right?
Well, they're not They're lessening what they owe.
Give the brother a hand. You know what I'm saying? They're lessening what they owe, right? And if you put that in relevance to today in these churches, that's exactly what they're doing.
Mm.
The Lord said, keep the law, statutes, and commandments. They said, you know what? You ain't got to do that. You got to pay your tithes. Give me your money and the Lord will bless you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They're trying to lighten the load of what we owe the Lord. You dig what I'm saying? And the Lord, or in this parable, the master caught wind of it and he's impressed. He's impressed by how the children of this world is much wiser than the children of light. The children of light will be who? The Israelites that what? Right. That want to serve the Lord. In context, it will be who? Of the parable context. But you're right, though. Give the brother a hand. It will be the debtors. You dig what I'm saying? That's the children of the light. The children of the world will be who?
The children of the world will be the leaders, the false.
Give the brother a hand. See, you on it. You dig what I'm saying? Like, they understand that there's a debt that needs to be paid, right? But because they're not doing good at their job, right, they try to win the people over for their support because they know God don't support their nonsense. You dig what I'm saying? And that's why these churches be so packed. That's why these mega churches be filled with thousands of people. You know what I mean? That's where they're finding their support. That's who's holding them up, is the people. You know what I mean? Because they make church a happy place for fun and activity, but none of it is required of you to carry out the duties of God. You understand what I'm saying? And that's what the steward is, the Lord is impressed by seeing this unjust steward going out and lessen the debt of the people, just so he can be prosperous and be taken care of by the people and not by the Lord. Because he knew he got demoted. The Lord ain't taking care of him no more. You know what I mean? He's fired from the job. So his wages is not coming from the Lord no more. So guess who's going to pay him now? The people is. People going to make sure he has a salary now. And the only way to bring the people in is to do what?
Say that again.
The only way to, because he knows now the people has to support him. So make sure he has a salary now. But in order to bring them in on his side, what does he have to do? Give the brother a hand. You know what I'm saying? So you got my back.
No, that's what. Yeah. I'm still learning from you too.
No.
It's an excellent breakdown. You know what I'm saying? And that's just like right on point, because that's exactly like, if you could put that shit into a picture frame, that's exactly what pastors do, man. That's exactly what they do. Like they who would rather pay 100 when they can pay 50? You stressing about paying that 100. And then somebody come to you and say, look, just give me half. That make you feel good. You feel better about yourself. You know what I'm saying? That's just like what our Star Shop said. You don't have to stop eating shrimp. You can still eat ribs. Just pay your tithes and ask and just say, Lord, forgive me. That's better than having to watch what you eat, not eat this, not celebrate that. Like, being a Christian is way better than serving the Lord in these churches today, because these Christians are not the same Christians that follow Christ. You know what I mean? They follow their pastors and they follow their own lust. To be a disciple of Christ, to be a follower of Christ, you got to do exactly what Christ do. So who Christians are they? Who followers are they? If not Christ?
Followers of these leaders, these false preachers.
And your oppressor. Because the oppressor tells them what to do, what they can teach. You know what I mean? Theological school, that's all it is. Giving you their curriculum, like, look, if you're going to be getting paid by us, this is what you got to teach. You cannot teach this, you cannot teach that.
The water.
Yeah, no, sir. The water, you say. Water.
Right. Yeah, that's exactly what's going on, and it's continuing on thousands of years when Christ broke this parable down. You dig what I mean? Like, these Pharisees was ripping the people off, lighting their load, they were sitting in Moses' seat, had people thinking that they are the men of God. Whole time they was only just lightening the load so they could be held up in a position. You know what I mean? Like remember the precept, if I could, what Christ said, you say you say you don't have to honor your mother and father. But I'm paraphrasing, but if you bring your gift unto me, then you have honor. Y'all know the precept I'm talking about? This is somebody, my bad. Let me just look it up real quick. My bad. Just to add on to what we're talking about.
And he also said, beware of the leaven of the Pharisees.
Right. God.
Do as they say, but not as they
They
do.
do, right. Because they was not even doing what the Lord said to do.
Right. And they was condemning the other people. And then nobody wanted to call them out because, they sit in Moses' seat. They the judge.
Mm-hmm.
Just like these Christians don't want to call their pastor out for all the evil things they doing because they think that he is a man of God and he was sent by God to tell them what to do and what not to do. But as you see, the Lord is bringing out everything that they do in the dark. He bringing it to the light. How they molesting children for years, how they homosexuals, how they adulterers. Like he's letting you know that these men are not the men I sent.
So yes, Matthew 15. Just to get a quick precept, Matthew 15, showing how these Pharisees will move and how it's no different from these pastors, you know what I mean? 15 and verse 5. Yeah. So
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 15. Then came to Yahawadah scribes and Pharisees, which were of Jerusalem, saying, why do thy disciples transgress the tradition of the elders? For they wash not their hands when they eat bread.
mm-hmm.
But he answered and said unto them, why do ye also transgress the commandment of your God by your tradition?
Why you also do what?
Why do ye also transgress the commandment of God by your tradition?
Right. So these are the Pharisees sitting in Moses' seat with the law, but they themselves not keeping the law. You know what I mean? Christ is calling them out on that. You transgress the laws of God by your tradition. He's going to tell you what traditions are they, right? Read all.
For God commanded, saying, honor thy father and mother,
Mm-hmm.
and he that curseth father or mother, let him die the death.
Right. You're supposed to honor your father and mother. That is a commandment. But this is what the Pharisees is doing with that law. Read all.
Come. But ye say, whosoever shall say to his father or his mother, it is a gift,
Mm-hmm.
by whatsoever thou mightest be profited by me,
Mm-hmm.
and honor not his father or his mother,
Mm-hmm.
he shall be free.
Mm-hmm.
Thus have ye made the commandment of God none effect.
You made what?
You have made the commandment of God none effect.
Right. The Pharisees will say, well, it's okay. You don't have to honor your mother and father in that way. It's okay. As long as you bring in the bread, they did what they had to do while you was young, and it was a gift, and you fine and dandy by that. You can just pay them here and there, give the Pharisees the money that they need, and that's that. You know what I mean? You don't have to actually uphold and honor the law. You can just bring the gift unto me. You understand what I'm saying? And that's what they was doing, and what Christ spoke that parable in Luke. It was lightening the load of the commandments of God. You understand what I'm saying? Just lightening the load and making it seem as if it's not that severe.
Mm.
When you have to keep every letter of the law. You dig what I mean? And by them doing that, it's causing us to break the commandments of the law. Now, people are not honoring their mother and father. They're dying of old age with nobody taking care of them. Nobody's looking out for them. You understand what I'm saying? When the kingdom of heaven comes, there's going to be no nursing homes. Right? There's going to be no big old facility where a bunch of old people just die and decay for years. You understand what I'm saying? Yes, there will be nursings. Yes, there'll be people that will be able to look out for your elderly. You know what I mean? But she looking like she want to join the class. Yeah. Look out for the elderly, but nobody's going to just throw away their parents just and forget about them. Like that's breaking the commandments of God. You know what I mean? Honoring them is you're supposed to take care of them like how they took care of you. You know what I mean? But instead of that, they just pay their bread and go on their way and let them rot and decay somewhere. That's what the Pharisees allowed the people to do. Yeah. I mean, that was just pretty simple.
Okay. You want to go back to it, or that answers your question? Or you want to go back to where you were, or you good?
Comment. Wow.
All right. Next. Okay, what side Christ? You on the Spanish?
Yeah.
Way there, right?
About 7,000 words.
God. I know you got some more, man. Nothing on the chat.
God,
Let's get it. Why not?
Luke 17.
Mhm.
My question is at 37. Exactly what does that mean? But for context, start at 33,
All right. Whatever you feel
34.
you want to start at.
Well,
Yeah, whatever you feel.
Whatever it is.
we say it's in 37.
Yeah, my question is 37. What is it like? What does that mean?
Start at 31.
Come. This is the book of Luke, chapter 17, and verse 31. And in that day, he which shall be upon the housetop, and his stuff in the house, let him not come down to take it away. And he that is in the field, let him likewise not return back. Remember Lot's wife. Whosoever shall seek to save his life shall lose it, and whosoever shall lose his life shall preserve it. I tell you, in that night there shall be two men in one bed. The one shall be taken, and the other shall be left. Two women shall be grinding together. The one shall be taken, and the other left. Two men shall be in the field. The one shall be taken, and the other left. And they answered and said unto him, Where, Lord? And he said unto them, Wheresoever the body is, thither will the eagles be gathered together.
So this is talking about when, when Christ come back, and, when it says like those in Christ should be taken first,
Mhm.
and then the other people left. So it's like, this is talking about where, like, say you at work and Christ returns and the chariots come. The people around, they're going to see you. You can be working right next to somebody. You're going to be out of there because you serve the Lord. You serve Christ. You in the truth. You've been following law, statutes, and commandments. The other person's still going to be there. He ain't going to know what's going on. I think General Muhammad broke this down before too. He was like, it could be somebody driving in the car. The other person could be hooking up. The car can crash. And he could still be there. And they didn't understand what he meant when he said they're going to be taken, meaning that the Lord going to gather those, separating the wheat from the tares. He's going to gather those that served and did what they were supposed to do first before anything else.
Salakia.
No, go ahead.
So, are you talking about a rapture? But not necessarily that word per se, but in what people think it is. Like,
Yeah.
Huh.
It ain't the rapture. We don't call it that. Do we call it the rapture, sir? All right. That's what I'm saying. Like, it ain't the rapture. You know what I'm saying? It's just being taken. It's just like when we get took up on them, a lot of people ain't gonna have to die to be taken up in them chariots. It ain't gonna happen like that. Like the dead in Christ gonna rise first, and then like others that's still alive, that's still serving Christ, gonna be taken up too. In them chariots before the destruction of this place. This place is gonna be destroyed in a whole hour.
Mm.
So before them nukes and bombs start destroying this place, people that's serving the Lord are gonna be taken up first.
That's
We gonna see it like this, like how we can see it now. We're gonna be looking down in them chairs, in them chambers, looking at this place being destroyed.
a lot. That's crazy because we can't even travel nowhere. We can't even travel nowhere for an hour to get the satellites destroying the world in an hour.
In an hour.
Out.
That's how it's gonna, yeah.
Yeah.
That's just how it's gonna happen. And they couldn't really understand, you know, what he meant. Just like for us, just reading it verbatim, just reading it, just like well, damn, what he mean? Because that's what I used to think. I'm like, well, damn, what the hell that shit mean? Like, where they gonna be going? You know what I'm saying? What's gonna happen to the other people that's here? Like, one's gonna be taken in. And that's how society play on your mind because they made movies about this shit. The rapture and all that. You just see somebody they're not there no more, and now the whole damn planet going crazy because people are missing. You know what I'm saying? But they don't give you the whole background on why these people missing. And of course, they got Edomites missing. They got like the whole world just. You know what I'm saying? This is gonna be a whole world global thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? They give you that Christian version of it. You know what I'm saying? But this is talking about everybody that's serving the Lord. When that time comes, it's just gonna happen so sudden. You know what I mean? Like I said, you could be at the slave. Next thing you know, you in the chariot. You know what I mean? You see what's going on. You know what's going on. Because you know, like I also said earlier, U.S. and Israel bombed Iran. Now, before shit really get crazy, what did the Lord say about what is it in Revelations where he said don't destroy the wine? That's what it that parable, meaning like don't hurt the wine. Something paraphrasing, but it's meaning like
it's like this.
Yeah, it's talking about us. It's talking about those that serve the Lord. So before Judgment of Babylon really get the smackdown, like we're gonna be on them chariots. So I don't know. If you want to keep reading, we can, but I don't, we already read all of it. So your question was
what is he saying? What is, like, I get the breakdown of 34, 35, and 36.
Mm-hmm.
But what is 37 saying? Exactly.
And they answered and said unto him, where, Lord? This is what it's saying. Like, okay, we started at 36. 2 men shall be in the field. The one shall be taken, and the other left. And they answered and said unto him, where, Lord? And the Lord said, he's like, where they going to be taken? What's going to happen? Where they going to go?
Oh.
That's what he's saying. Like,
okay, it just hit me now.
Right, yeah, because like he ain't get them the whole like chariot, like they gonna be in it. He just,
that's crazy.
You know what I'm saying?
Wow, whole new perspective.
It's like, he said, where they gonna be at? Where the hell they going? Just like you say, man, when the shit hit, I'm gonna be taking it. You gonna be left. You can be like, well, where the hell you going? Like, you know what I'm saying? But if you don't know the whole story, the whole background of when them chariots come, what's gonna happen, you will have that question too. But yeah, the bar. I hope they got you understanding and right.
Come on with it, Tazarok. Come on with it.
Okay, Matthew 13 and 38.
And for the brothers and sisters that's online that tune in, we doing a whole class just answering this brother questions.
Hey, get that brother a hand.
You know what I mean?
That
That lets you know that brother is studying.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So when we say, do y'all have any questions, and nobody say they ain't got no questions,
You ain't studying.
That means you know the Bible and I ain't gotta come here on Saturday. You know the whole Bible. I ain't gotta come here on Saturday. I can sleep in a little more and chill with my children. You know what I'm saying? But it's good that you have questions. The dumbest question is the question not answered, not asked. It could be the stupidest question you could ever think of. Ask it, because you never know. That might be somebody else's question.
Right.
So I advise y'all, man, to read and study and ask questions, man. That's how you're gonna grow. That's how you're gonna learn. That's how you're gonna get rooted in this truth. You know what I mean? So like,
If I could add on, because what you're saying is heavy, like, and it's because we've been conditioned so long in America that we treat this truth. Sometimes we can't treat this truth like a religion, like you would do in the Christian church. You do all the partying all week. When it comes to Sunday, you the holiest person that's in there. You know what I'm saying? All throughout the week, you won't do nothing towards God.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, don't treat the truth like that. Don't just come and read the Bible when you're in class. Read the Bible when you're at home too. You know what I'm saying? Be studying, be studious all day, every day. So when we do have class, you have a plethora of questions like this brother had. You dig what I'm saying? You don't want to just be holy when it's time to come to class and come together. Do that when nobody else is looking as well too. You know what I'm saying? But that's
good, sir. And the scripture says, study to show thyself approved.
right.
It says study. Not just because if you don't study, anybody can come tell you something and you believe it because you don't know if it's true or not. That's how people get caught up in them other groups, in them other, you know what I'm saying, Christianity and all that other crap, Muslims and all that other Rastafari and shit, because they don't know what's true or not. They don't know if praising Selassie is idol worship. You worshiping a man. You calling him Jah Rastafari. You know what I'm saying? And he's a heathen. So, man, y'all take notes from this brother, man. Salaki. But on to the next. We say Matthew.
Come Matthew 13 and 38. My question is, would this be a reference to the Christian church and those who claim they love the Lord? And would this be a reference to the Edomites and then every other nation compared to the children of Israel?
38.
How they all grew up flocking on reading. But would this be trying to word the question correctly, but would the tares be the Christian community?
All right, let's start at 36.
So like you want me to read the parable?
I mean, if you think it give you more content.
Or just for those who know what's going on?
Yeah,
I
yeah,
can
no
start at
sweat.
36 if you want.
You want them to read the parable?
Yeah, you can. Yeah, I mean, if you want 24, you can just start. Yeah. 24.
24.
Yeah, start at 24.
Yeah, we got some reading. You want them to know the content, right?
Book of Matthew, chapter 13 and verse 24. Another parable put he forth unto them, saying, the kingdom of heaven is likened unto a man which sowed good seed in his field. But while the man slept, his enemy came and sowed tares among the wheat and went his way. But when the blade was sprung up and brought forth fruit, then appeared the tares also. So the servant of the householder came and said unto him, Sir, didst not thou sow good seeds in thy field? From whence then has it tares?
Okay, so let's figure out when it says the wheat and the enemy. Who was the enemy that came and sowed amongst the but while men slept, his enemy came and sowed tares among the wheat and went his way. What is that speaking of? If you
Salaki, if I may, when I think of this, I think of like, you know, as we were speaking on before, like the leaders or other people watering down the truth.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like
And
telling other people they can get in on this and sowing those tares among the wheat.
mhm.
I don't either.
It's like you the highest the highest ranking man there.
Nah, the latter part is where you're more closer on the answer. But keep on going. If you whatever you was gonna say, my bad.
Oh no, I was just trying to say exactly what I was thought y'all finna say. That's what I was gonna say. Like you gotta like pinpoint it so you can get the whole like the hard the good, real good breakdown of it. So you'll know like when you come across this, you'll see it when you come across it again. You might be just seeing it in your everyday life. It'll hit you once you know the solid foundation of what he's talking about. So, like he said, it's the latter part of what you said is more on point of what's going on right here. Go ahead.
But when the blaze was sprung up and brought forth food, then appeared the tares up.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 28, he said unto them, an enemy has done this. The servant said unto him, wilt thou then that we go and gather them up? But he said, nay, lest while you gather up the tares, ye root up also the wheat with them.
Right. And I heard Gentleman Hyman break this down. If Christ was to come right now, it'd be a lot of brothers that could have potentially made it here. Don't make it. If we kick out every brother, like Gentleman Hyman said, that got an issue, then what about the brothers that don't have an issue? Forgot how he broke it down, but he was saying like waiting a little while, they'll fall out themselves. You know what I mean? If brother got bad intentions on being here in this school, you got to kick them out. They'll fall out themselves. Now, if it's that rough that the general's got to intervene, then yeah, you up out of here. Especially if you starting to, mess with other brothers, work and the other brothers like as they trying to learn, you coming and you trying to, choke them out. But he said, wait a little while. Whoever the Lord wants in here, they'll be in here. Whoever the Lord wants to hear the truth, they gonna hear it. You know what I mean? If you want to say it.
No, you got that.
Verse 30, let both grow together until the harvest. And in the time of the harvest, I will say unto the reapers, gather ye together first the tares, and bind them into bundles to burn them, but gather the wheat into my barn.
Right. Meaning the ones that's doing this work, the one that's studious, the ones that's really about this work, put them to the side, put them in the safe spot. Put them separate. The ones that ain't doing it, pretending, the ones that's faking, the people that don't want to hear it, get them and tie them up together and burn them. They ain't gonna make it into the kingdom. They're gonna be here when the judgment's happening, when them nukes hit. Everything like that. Whatever's gonna happen to this place, that's what's gonna happen to the people that didn't want to hear this truth. The people that fell out of the truth, the people that turned their back on the Lord. That's what's gonna happen to them. That's what he's saying to them. But those are like Trooper Tazarok, Tower Shop, everybody that's doing what we're supposed to do, we'll be in the barns. We'll be in them chariots.
Eagles together.
Yeah. Up in the sky. You understand? There you go. Where the eagles together. You know what I'm saying? No, that's cool. That's what we'll be. You know what I'm saying? Why this place is being destroyed. That's what he's saying now. But let's keep going so we can get to your question.
Verse 31. Another parable put he forth unto them, saying, the kingdom of heaven is like a grain of mustard seed, which a man took and sowed in his field, which indeed is the least of all seeds. But when it is grown, it is the greatest among herbs, and becometh a tree, so that the birds of the air come and lodge in the branches thereof.
Right. You understand that.
All
All right.
Another parable spake he unto them. The kingdom of heaven is like unto leaven, which a woman took and hid in 3 measures of meal, till the whole was leavened. All these things spake Yahawadah unto the multitude in parables, and without a parable spake he not unto them.
Right. You understand why he doing that?
Well,
Let's hear. Let's hear.
My initial thought is that they are under Roman captivity, so there are certain things that he don't want to say to get, I don't know,
I kind of get what you
to
said.
get condemned
Yeah,
per se.
that would perfectly fit with Paul writings when he was writing his letters. That's why it's so hard for people to understand what he's talking about, because he was like one of the first brothers to crack the algorithm, so to say, right? Like when we post stuff online, we have to watch certain verbiage that we use so they don't take us down. But that would be more fitting for Paul. But in this sense, that's not the case with Christ, right? Christ actually tells you why he's talking about parables. Okay? And it's actually in chapter 13, right? If you read up to verse 11, he tells you why he's speaking of parables.
Like you,
Yeah. Read verse 9.
Not any of
Book of Matthew, chapter 13 and 9. Who hath ears to hear, let him hear. And the disciple came and said unto him, Why speakest thou unto them in parables? He answered and said unto them, Because it is given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven, but to them it is not given.
So what? Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, go ahead. No, so like off the top of what I was saying, like in verse 9 said, who got a ear, let them hear. Meaning, if they could hear and understand what he's saying in these parables, then it was meant for them to hear. The whole kingdom of heaven, it ain't meant for everybody. Just like the truth ain't meant for everybody. Even though we would like for everybody to be here, but God chooses who he wants and who he wants when he don't want. So when Christ speaking to them in parables, that's when he'll know. Like if they come here and they understand it and they turn around and start following Christ, it was meant for them. But he taught the disciples what he meant, because it's meant for them to know, because what they do after Christ leaves.
Like you said,
Christ taught the disciples and made them understand everything that he said in the parables. He taught them because they were his disciples. Because why? When Christ left, when Christ left, what did the disciples do?
they picked up.
Picked up and they taught. They kept going. So it was meant for them to know what's going on. Right. But it wasn't meant for everybody to know, because everybody wasn't gonna do right. Christ knew that. But if you just like you and me, when we heard the truth, we took hold to it. You know what I'm saying? We came out whatever we was in, and we got into the truth. We got into the school.
So if I may,
Yeah, go ahead.
it's just so crazy what you said. It's heavy, but like it just makes so much sense. Like the whole Bible and how, when you given the lens from what we're taught, how to read the Bible compared to what they're taught in the church, it makes so much, it makes sense to me. But when you break this down to somebody else, like, why don't you understand it? It's right up. Like they rather, like when you read a book, you don't open the book up to the middle of the book and just start reading it from there. But they don't understand that why they open the book up straight to the New Testament, but not starting from the beginning to get context of everything.
Right.
But when we say it, it's like, oh no, you're reading it out of context. But what are you reading?
Right. It's like that. And that's the spirit of the Lord. That comes from following the law, statutes, and commandments. It changes you. That's what changes you and giving you the understanding of the scripture. That's what makes you can understand what Jeremiah 14:2 means and somebody else can't because they don't have the spirit of the Lord. You do, because you're following the laws, statutes, and commandments, which give you the spirit of the Lord.
That adds more proof to what we just read. That's for you to understand it, you know what I mean? Stop it.
You finish on.
35.
Yeah, about Shimon Shabbat thought what's going on, officer? Come on.
Shalom, Yahweh Shabbat.
Yeah, but
Verse 35. That it might be fulfilled, which was spoken by the prophet, saying,
Sorry.
son of the come. That it might be fulfilled, which was spoken by the prophet, saying, I will open my mouth in peril. I will utter things which have been kept secret from the foundation of the world. Then Yahawadah sent the multitude away and went into the house. And his disciples came unto him, saying, Declare unto us the parable of the tares of the field.
so that even adds more to what we just spoke about. He waited until everybody else listened and only got the breakdown with his disciples because he wanted them, like you said, the disciples the one that picked up after. So it was meant for this, you know. But go ahead, that.
He answered them and said unto them, He that soweth the good seed is the Son of Man. The field is the world. The good seed are the children of the kingdom, but the tares are the children of the wicked. The enemy that sowed them is the devil. The harvest is the end of the world, and the reapers are the angels. As therefore the tares are gathered and burned in the fire, so shall it be in the end of this world. So I don't keep it.
That's where your question.
My question was at 38.
Oh,
The tares, being like the so-called, like if I may, just a sidebar real quick, right? The scripture that says, many will come to me and say, Lord, Lord, have we not casted out demons in thy name? And he will say, depart from me, you workers of iniquity, for I never knew you. That brings me back to Psalm, not Psalm, but the scripture that says, you are of all the family of the earth have I known. So the other ones he don't know, and those are the ones that's gonna be like, wow, I thought you came for me, but I never came for you. Would this be a precept to all of that? It's a lot.
Do you have most churches in our community are black people, right? Are they got the children of Israel too? So, like, when we talking about the other nations, we say, did you come for me too? All the Christians are black. You know what I'm saying? They don't follow the law. They don't follow the commandment. Christ came for blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. But the ones that follow the law, statutes, and commandments. When he was condemning the Pharisees are Israelites, aren't they? The wicked people that was doing and committing adultery and all them, they Israelites also, right? But do they follow the Lord? Do they serve the Lord? So the wicked ones ain't gotta necessarily be the other nations. They could be the wicked people of Israel. These pastors, they most of our pastors we go to are black, especially the ones in the hood. The Christians, my grandma, she was a Christian. My mom a Christian. Everybody, they still Israel, but what that scripture say? Ones that are Israel are not all Israel. Come on. Just because you are Israelite don't mean that you are Israelite. Because Israelites follow the law, statutes, and commandments of the Lord. You know what I'm saying? So, like, the wicked one is the Christian pastor too. The wicked ones are oh, dang, my train of thought right quick. Get fake Israelites. Fake Israelites. Somebody good with two fake Israelites. You know what I'm saying? All the ones that deter people from the truth are the enemy that sowed tares. Oh, what you friends is that? You know what I'm saying? Or you can't have multiple wives. That's for the kingdom. Or you can sleep with white women. There you call your concubines. You don't have to stop eating pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster. Just pray over it. You praying over an abomination that the Lord deemed an abomination. You think He's going to bless it? All of them are considered wicked.
So,
Go ahead.
if I may, what I'm looking at though is that the children of the wicked.
The children of the wicked. Who are the children? Who is the wicked? That's what you got. The devil. But is the devil the only wicked person on this earth? Does the devil do? The devil actually follows the Lord more than some of these people, because he follows what the Lord tells him what to do. He can't do nothing that the Lord don't tell him or allow him to do.
I don't mean the angel, sir. I'm talking about
The oppressor.
the administration.
Oh. Explain.
So, like for example, when Christ called the Pharisees the Sadducees, you say you are of your father, the devil. Okay, never mind. No. They were Israelites.
That's good though. You see, when you think and you say it out loud, sometimes you'll answer yourself.
So,
You know what I mean? Like you answer. You are your father, the devil. You do it like that's what these so-called leaders do. They do the will they don't follow Christ. They don't follow their Father in heaven. Who they follow? Their oppressor. They do things like when you got them big drug dealer movies and Frank Lucas and all them. Who they mimicking themselves after?
what you say?
Frank Lucas and all the big time dope dealers, Big Beach and all of them.
Oh, yeah. No, person.
Right. The mafia. And everybody want to be a gangster. Who was the gangster? The gangster was the mafia. But black people took that on, and what we do when we take something on, we go to the fullest. We want to be the best of it. We got to be the top notch, and it wasn't meant for us. So that's why he said that. But in this one, you saying like they are the children of the oppressor. When the Pharisees wicked. So it ain't just the oppressor. This is what you got to take in context. That's what you got to like make sure you understand what's going on in the scripture who he talking to. Because sometimes, yeah, he mentions the oppressor as the wicked one, but in this particular context, he's talking about the wicked people of the children of Israel.
If I may,
Go ahead, sir. Shalaki.
that's why we jump back to verse 11, right? Because remember, he was speaking to the multitude. The people that Christ came to teach are who?
The children of Israel.
Israelites, right? The lost sheep of Israel. So he knows that these are his people, right? But at the same time, he knows that there's some that's meant to get it, and there's some that's not meant to get it. And the reason being is because some of them are sown by who? The children of who?
The wicked.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Like what Christ is basically breaking down, if you would have put it in today's term, show and tell, bro. Agent. You know what I mean? That's why he said, wait, don't pluck up the tares yet. But like Chaanak said, think about how many brothers who would have, if Christ would have returned right now, would not make it in the chariots because they following some crazy nut who told them to starve their baby on the Sabbath. You get what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Like, so, they're here for a reason. right? These tares are here for these fake Israelites are here for a reason. But that way there's gonna be a divide on knowing on who's a good seed and who's a tare. I think who's supposed to be here now. Well, hold on. We got one right here. Paul Humphrey said, is the Israelites in the truth versus the Israelites not in the truth? Oh, sorry. You know, you got better. Yeah, yeah. Paul Humphrey, you saying is are you asking this question about what we just read? So like I think that's what he's talking about. Yeah, that's what I said. Exactly. Judah 9mm. Is that what that's it? Judah 9mm. Explain the do's and the don'ts on the Sabbath. Well, Paul Humphrey, we just explained that, and this content, the wicked ones are the wicked of Israel. The wicked ones of Israel. So I don't know if you heard us, but that's what this talks about at 13. That's what the parable is. Matthew 13 is talking about. I say you already answered. All right. The do's and the don'ts of the Sabbath. Don't eat shrimp, crab, pork, or lobster. Don't say Shabbat Shalom. Yeah, don't say Shabbat Shalom. Right. Don't starve your newborn babies because you don't want to kindle fire. Don't starve your children. Them kids ain't got to eat peanut butter sandwiches and turkey sandwiches all weekend. You know what I'm saying? What else? Can we address the point of spending as well too? Because that's one thing they'll say that you can't spend money, and I want to grab it what they use. I think it's in Nehemiah, but everything Officer Canuck said is correct. I mean, don't starve your babies. Don't eat pork, crab, shrimp, and lobster. Keep it holy. But let me see. Nehemiah chapter 10. So, I want to address that because I'm pretty sure that's what's behind the question. All the time. Because, like we just broke down, some of us are tares, some of us are good seed. I mean, if these tares are telling our people that they shouldn't spend money on the Sabbath, starve your baby on the Sabbath, wear fringes on your t-shirt, you know what I mean? And they got our people. You got it highlighted already. Yeah, what was that at? Nehemiah what? 13 and 15. That's where it was at. Up there, 13 and 15. Yeah, let's go ahead and do it. Let's go. Somebody can get Nehemiah chapter 13, verse 15.
So like yes, I already got it.
All right, go ahead with it.
The book of Nehemiah, chapter 13, verse 15. In those days saw I in Judah some treading wine presses on the Sabbath.
Uh-oh. Working on the Sabbath. There you go. Go ahead.
Con, and bringing in sheaves and lading asses, as also wine, grapes, and figs, and all manner of burdens.
All manner of who?
All manner of burdens,
Heard it. Go ahead.
which they brought into Jerusalem on the Sabbath day. And I testified against them in the day wherein they sold victuals.
Mhm.
There dwelt men of Tyre also therein, which brought fish and all manner of ware, and sold on the Sabbath unto the children of Judah and in Jerusalem. Then
Go ahead.
Out of all this, they take that to say you can't spend money on the Sabbath. You can't buy nothing to eat on the Sabbath. Like, it's just the scripture just answered the question. What stood out in this verse that can prove that you can spend money on the Sabbath? Anybody want to give it a shot?
Salakia,
Go ahead.
which verse you talking about? The last one I just read?
Right. Or anything that you read so far. Like, what stands out? What stood out to you on what you just read? But okay. Does it really have to do with spending money on the Sabbath?
Read it again.
It's just I'm about to say the only thing I see is them is them getting food, like purchasing food or selling food. Salakia, I said read it again.
Yeah, I mean, read it again. Maybe it'll help you out a little bit.
All the way from the top.
No, don't. Okay, you like get out the internet. Get out the.
Can you hear us?
Con.
Okay.
Whenever you got it, you can read.
Con, all the way from the top.
Please.
Con. Nehemiah 13 and 15. In those days saw I Judah some treading wine presses on the Sabbath, and bringing in sheaves and lading asses, as also wine, grapes, and figs, and all manner of burdens, which they brought into Jerusalem on the Sabbath day. And I testified against them in the day wherein they sold victuals. There dwelt men of Tyre also therein, which brought fish and all manner of ware, and sold on the Sabbath unto the children of Judah and in Jerusalem. Then I contended with the nobles of Judah and said unto them, what evil thing is this that ye do, and profane the Sabbath? Did not your fathers thus, and did not our God bring all this evil upon us and upon this city? Yet ye bring more wrath upon Israel by profaning the Sabbath. And it came to pass
Hello?
that when
Hello. Did anything stood out yet or no?
Salakia, it probably in this last one that we had just read.
So what you got? Hit me. Whatever you got, just hit me.
What come to mind, basically, it made me think about just like exactly what y'all was saying. Like you can't the way they try to make it seem like you can't do anything at all, even as little as, you know, like just simply doing something to feed yourself. Like the way whoever this is, that the way they're talking about the Sabbath is like, you know, by you even doing anything at all, like you messing it up, like you profaning the Sabbath just with simply feeding yourself, buying food, or, you know, something like that.
So like, can you ask the question again? What stood out, like basically in the verse that we like? What is standing out to y'all? Like, there's something that was mentioned in the verse that should have been like an alarm to show you that you can spend money on the Sabbath. But the reason why they're outlawing it in this verse is because there's something that should have stood out. I think the verse 16. I don't want to give it that. I mean, whoever want to give it a shot, you can give it a shot. You go ahead.
To me, I would say it's in verse 16. It says, there dwelt men of Tyre also therein, which brought fish. They went and caught the fish. They brought the fish to sell to who? And all manner of ware. And sold them on the Sabbath unto the children of Judah and the children of in Jerusalem. So that's where it goes to where people be saying, well, you can't buy nothing on the Sabbath, but these people came and bought fish and clothes and stuff and sold them to the children of Israel. Them buying the fish and all manner of ware wasn't the sin. So who's to say you can't spend money on a Sabbath?
And that's the whole point. Yeah, I'm saying, get it, brother. All right. The thing is, like, these people who were selling it unto Judah, right? They was just doing it just to rob the Israelites.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, this has nothing to do with us spending money or not on the Sabbath. That's not what it's all about, right? What he has an issue with, what Nehemiah has an issue with, is how are people being robbed. It's the same thing that Christ had an issue with. Remember what he caught the Pharisees doing inside the temple of the Lord? What they was doing? Go ahead, Oscar.
So like the money changers were putting like taxes on the people. They was like charging them extra for what they used. Like you can't charge your brother usury. Like you can't.
Mm-hmm.
Like if something costs $10, you can't say, well, I'm gonna sell it for 15 just to make a profit. No, it costs $10. If you say this is 100% cotton, it can't be 50% polyester and 50% cotton. It got to be what you say it is.
Mm-hmm. God, that's very true. You know what I'm saying? And they was also making merchant inside the Lord's temple.
Right.
Selling victuals and all the type of things that Nehemiah was upset about too. And how did Christ respond to that? He whipped them out the temple.
Whip them niggas.
Whipped them niggas out the temple.
That nigga
You know?
took his time. Like,
Yeah, go ahead.
just
You got
real
it.
quick, that nigga took his time and made a corn. Like the whole time he prayed them things. I'm finna fuck these niggas. Like these niggas like, look at this
Yeah.
shit that's going on in the temple, man. This is holy ground.
Mm-hmm.
This is where the Lord put his name in. Look at all the evil and wicked. I'm finna fuck these niggas.
If I may, that just remind me of like when I was a kid. My mom used to say, "Go outside and give me a switch. Go pick your switch."
Yo,
Yeah.
bruh, to whip you with. You pick the switch that she gonna whip you with. That's some shit. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we have to understand. Like, it's not about the fact of buying and selling. It's about greed. You understand what I'm saying? Like, people is being robbed here, right? Our people is being robbed blind, right? And these people are in cahoots with not only with themselves or only amongst our own nation, but they're working with heathens. The same way the Pharisees was doing. Was it they not getting paid by
By the Romans.
by the Romans,
Common currency.
right? They the ones that was getting their bread from the Romans, going back to the temple and getting more bread from the people. You get what I'm saying? So, like, guess what was happening in Nehemiah? The same exact thing. Our people have been robbing and working with the heathens for years. And nothing has changed either from the time of Nehemiah to the time of Christ, all the way up to today's time. They selling you holy water in a regular bottle of water and tell you it's holy from God. And if you drink it or pour it on yourself, you're going to be blessed. You know what I'm saying? Robbing the people. You know what I mean? And that was the issue. You know what I mean?
And Slovakia. And it's dealing with what is dealing with Moab at the time. Just like how you got all those Chinese people, Chinese restaurants in the hood. Where are all the black owned restaurants? And they charging you out the ass for that food. You know what I mean? Charging you way more. Like Officer Thought Shop said, robbing the people. They robbing us with chicken fried rice and vegetable fried rice and fried chicken. 10 pieces of chicken is $15 damn dollars. That's highway robbery. But the moms and pop stores, they can't catch a break. We ain't buying from our own. Like, if that makes sense, I'm making sense. That, or I'm off the wall with that.
Right.
Like saying how the men of Tyre came in and was making money off the people in Israel.
Yeah,
like
you're making perfect sense with the Asians.
Right.
Yeah, the Asians
Yeah.
do the same thing. That's exactly what they be doing. You know what I'm saying? They be doing the exact same thing. So, I mean, you mean to tell me if your car broke down on the Sabbath, you're not going to put gas in it?
Right.
Because you buying oil? You understand what I'm saying? Like, if your baby's hungry and you wanted to buy them something to eat, you're not going to buy them something to eat because it's the Sabbath?
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Like, that was not the issue that Nehemiah had. You know what I'm saying? The issue was not, well, they're eating, they're spending money to, take care of themselves on the Sabbath. The issue was with greed, is what Nehemiah had an issue with.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? On how our people working with other nations to rob Israel.
Right.
That was the issue. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
No, and the same thing, like Officer Thoushop saying, just like today's. Your so-called black leaders are working with your oppressors in other nations to rob poor black people, to keep us poor. Your pastors are working with oppressors in other nations to rob black people. You know what I mean? And that's the problem we have with, just like Nehemiah had. Not only are they robbing them in money, but they robbing them of their faith and and the knowledge of who they are, what they supposed to be doing, and how they supposed to be serving the Lord. They get robbed all the way around the board. So those for people that don't understand the laws, you robbing yourselves by learning from fake Israelite groups and other people and not coming into the truth and learning the truth about these scriptures. You robbing yourself and you starving your babies. And if I find out, I'm calling DCF for you.
Straight up.
Because that is child abuse for you. You not understanding something your family is suffering.
Mhm.
The only thing we don't do on the Sabbath is, and if brothers have wives, is our husbandly duty is because we got to do the work of the Lord on Saturday,
Mhm.
on that day.
But if we don't,
But if we don't, we execute our husbandly duty every day of the week,
right,
except for the days we got camp or we teaching class.
right.
But that's a class, a week.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And that's that.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, come and learn the truth, man.
Yeah.
You can be eating steak and eggs in the morning on Saturday. You ain't eat no damn ham and cheese. I mean, no turkey and cheese sandwich.
Right.
Peanut butter jelly sandwiches all day. Sandwiches and chips all day.
Mm-hmm.
Not going to buy nothing. Not taking your wife out. You ain't took your wife out in months. And every Saturday you can't. Well, it's the Sabbath. We can't spend no money. We can't buy popcorn. We can't go to the movies. I can't. Show my wife that I appreciate all the hard work she done did this week with dealing with the kids. And come on, man.
That's crazy.
That was should be down your damn throat off. You wonder where the problem's coming from because you don't have the knowledge and understanding of these scriptures.
Right.
To do something as simple as spend some money on Saturday.
Right. It's crazy. You know what I'm saying? And I just wanted to touch on that point to debunk it, you know what I mean? That, these Israelites will have you in a situation where you are in dire need, you know what I'm saying, in distress. When the Lord did not create the Sabbath for you to be in distress. You understand what I'm saying? It's a day for you to rest. Can't, you know what I mean? And who's to say, right? And they'll also say, well, you're not supposed to do your own pleasures and all that. You're not supposed to go to movies. You're not supposed to spend money and all that. Well, who is to define what pleasure is?
Right.
Right? To every individual is based on their own perception of pleasure. To me, pleasure could be sleeping, just going to sleep. To you, your pleasure could be cooking. You understand what I'm saying? So who are we to differentiate on what the pleasure is when for each individual is different? You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Like the Lord is not making the Sabbath for you to be in distress and destroy yourself. You know what I'm saying? The pleasure he don't want you to be doing is breaking his commandments.
Right.
And I mean, he don't want you to be eating pork, crab, shrimp, and lobster. If you're gonna buy something, make sure it's not shellfish. You know what I'm saying? If you're gonna buy something, make sure it's not pork. You know what I mean? That's what it's all about. You know what I mean? So that's all.
Right. And then half of you don't believe that anyway. About not cooking because you still use the microwave.
Right. Somehow you getting some fire in.
Right, you know what I'm saying? They won't even cut the light on. Niggas walk around in the dark.
Damn.
Flicking the lights, that's killing them. Come on. Anyway.
You mean turning on the lights is kindling the fire?
Yeah, I heard it.
Oh man.
I heard it.
Oh man.
I heard that before, there's a lot
So you gotta sit in the darkness all day.
You got to make sure them blinds open.
Oh man. What have we become, Israel? That's ridiculous, man.
My people are destroyed for lack of
$1,000, man. That is ridiculous. We gotta stop this, man. For real. We gotta get our mind right. We gotta stop thinking religiously and just start thinking nationally. How about that? Stop thinking religiously and start thinking nationally. We're building a nation, not a religion. All right, but yeah, that's all I have.
Yeah, so for all you Sabbath seekers, I hope that answers y'all question, man. Like, don't be a slave to the Sabbath. Just honor it and keep it holy. You got any more?
I mean, I got one. maybe like a few more, but I got one that actually is on this subject while we on it.
Okay, Khan. Let me just see. No, we're gonna grab you real quick. I just want to see if the brother responded to ask the question. They were buying selling food. Let me just see. It doesn't say they were working for someone else. All right. Well, we just read in Tyree, the men of Tyree, so I don't know if they missed that point. But you got it, Tyler Rock.
Scripture. Uh, Matthew 12:8.
Okay.
Started 12:01.
Yeah, it's a perfect precept. Yeah.
Book of Matthew, chapter 12, verse 1. At that time, Yahawadah went on the Sabbath day through the corn, and his disciples were hungry and began to pluck the ears of corn and to eat.
Mm.
But when the Pharisees saw it, they said unto him, Behold, thy disciples do that which is not lawful to do upon the Sabbath day. But when he said unto them, Have ye not read what David did when he was hungry, and they that were with him, how he entered into the house of God, and did eat the showbread, which was not lawful for him to eat, neither for them which were with him, but only for the priests? Or have you not read in the law how that on the Sabbath days the priests in the temple profane the Sabbath and are blameless? But I say unto you that in this place is one greater than the temple. But if ye had known what this meaneth, I will have mercy and not sacrifice, ye would have not condemned the guiltless. For the Son of Man is the Lord, even of the Sabbath day.
Shall we break it down? Let's just self-explaining to me.
I mean, it's up to you. So whatever you want to do, money.
I just wanted to know. I have one comment about this. Why the hell is the Pharisees everywhere this nigga go? this nigga walking through a field of corn,
And them niggas is there.
niggas is, you mean to tell me they seen that?
That's crazy.
That's cold tell. These niggas was following this. Them niggas, they was doing CIA mission
Yeah.
way back then. How the hell you seen that? Like they had somebody following them. Everywhere this nigga went, the Pharisees was there.
Mm-hmm.
They was following Christ. You know what I'm saying? But this is saying like the Pharisees was sitting in Moses' seat, meaning they should have knew the law. They should knew. That goes to show you that they have no understanding of it. That's why Christ came and he was teaching them. You know what I'm saying? They was stunned by. It was like, well, damn, this nigga say he made this shit so clear. He made this shit understandable. He make it to where I can understand what these laws meant. And he asked them, when they asked him a question, they doing something that they ain't supposed to be doing. What nigga, didn't you read what David did? When he was on the run from King Saul and they ate the showbread, that you know what I'm saying? That's only for the Levi, the priest gave it to him to eat. If that wasn't unlawful to the Lord, how is picking corn and eating? You know what I'm saying? Or what about the Levi priests? They kindle fires all day, every day. Sacrifice it. They got to get the wood. They got to light it. They got to sacrifice the animals that come. You ain't supposed to be kindling fire. You ain't supposed to be working on the Sabbath. Now, how is that compared to them just picking corn and eating corn? Christ was trying to show them, like, y'all don't know nothing. Y'all don't understand these scriptures because y'all wicked men. Y'all not doing the will of the Lord. Y'all doing the will of Caesar and yourselves. That's what these Christian pastors, that's what these fake Israelite group leaders do. They don't understand and they don't know. So they condemn everything that they don't understand. And they got their followers thinking the same thing. And Christ telling you, Christ was perfect because why? Why was Christ perfect? Anybody can answer this question. Can anybody answer me why they consider Christ to be perfect? Why was he perfect?
Salaki,
Good.
because he did the will of the Father.
Right. He followed the law, statutes, and commandments. He didn't break. He didn't sin against. He didn't sin at all. Sin is transgression against the law.
Come.
He didn't transgress the law. So Christ is telling you, if I'm allowing it, that means it's lawful. That means it's okay. He's the only one that could have stoned that woman. Even the accusers, even the Pharisees are supposed to be the ones that sitting in the seat of Moses. They should have been the one choking them, first one throwing them. Why they couldn't throw them? And that's a hidden gem in that parable, or why they couldn't throw the stones. They brought them to Christ. What did Christ say? Why y'all didn't do according to the law then? Christ was never against the law. Why y'all didn't throw the stones? Why they didn't throw the stones? Why couldn't they throw the stones? Go ahead.
Because they wasn't without sin.
Damn right. That's why they couldn't. That should tell you something about the Pharisees. People miss that a lot when they read that. Christ is the only one that can throw the stone. That means Christ is the only one that can judge people. But he was here to give us a second chance. So Christ is saying, if my disciples are doing something and I'm right with them, that means that I'm allowing them to do it.
Mm-hmm. He's the authority.
He's the
So, like,
authority. Go ahead.
and that was like in that same instance with the woman where after none of them could throw the stone, and Christ asked her, he was like, where the accusers at? And I think and I'd be roughly paraphrasing, but basically they left. You know what I'm saying? They couldn't stone her, they couldn't accuse her. And Christ was like, I don't accuse you either. Like just go and sin no more.
Right. Right. Yeah. So that's what Christ is saying in this whole sentence. Like, don't think they're doing something that I don't allow them to do, or that I'm just with them and they just transgressing the law, because they're not.
So, Salaki,
So-
so the answer for 8 is that because he was perfect, that made him Lord over the Sabbath. So, what exactly is the answer?
God, like Lord means Adawan, right? Like he's the master. Like he's the master with the authority. That's why above that he said, if you knew, then well, let me get it exactly. He said, but if you known this meaneth, I will have mercy and not sacrifice. Right? If they knew that this is Christ, the Adawan, the Messiah speaking to them, they would have no issue with just following him. You know? But yet the Pharisees was taking in all the sacrifices, you know what I mean, and doing nothing that the Lord told them to do. You understand what I'm saying? So he is saying, listen, like Chaanak said, I'm allowing this because I'm the Adawan of the Sabbath. You dig what I'm saying? I'm the one that tells you what to do and what not to do. And if I'm out here eating corn, do you think this is wrong to do? You understand what I'm saying? So that's basically what he's saying, right? Like when you see the word Lord, depending on the context, it could be talking about the Most High, or just simply in by definition talking about Ottawa, master. You dig what I'm saying?
Con.
God. Does that answer the question?
Con. Dua.
Okay. Anybody else?
Con. I got one.
Go ahead, soldier.
It's in Exodus. It's in Exodus 4:24.
All right.
And it's all the way down to, I guess I'm trying to figure out exactly what's happening in these verses. It's from 24 all the way down to 26.
Okay. All right. You can start at verse 23, one verse above it, or verse 2 verses, one verse, either or.
Con. Book of Exodus, chapter 4, verse 22. And thou shalt say unto Pharaoh, thus saith the Lord, Israel is my son, even my firstborn. And I say unto thee, let my son go, that he may serve me. And if thou refuse to let him go, behold, I will slay thy son, even thy firstborn. And it came to pass by the way in the end that the Lord met him and sought to kill him. Then Zipporah took a sharp stone and cut off the foreskin of her son and cast it at his feet and said, surely a bloody husband art thou to me. So he let him go. Then she said, a bloody husband thou art, because of the circumcision.
Muhammad just broke this down too. Recent card. But if you want to tap in. Well, this is talking about Moses circumcising his son. Like Moses married a heathen woman before the Lord chose him to lead the people out of Israel. So when the Lord gave him commandments and he was learning the commandments, one of the commandments is you have to circumcise your children. Moses' son wasn't, Moses' wife didn't want her son to go through that pain. She didn't want him to be hurt or bled or whatever the case. So she did it herself out of anger and threw it at Moses. The foreskin was like, here, there you go. Since you wanna do all this, nigga, you an evil man for doing this. But Moses was following the Lord's commandment. Moses was doing what the Lord told him to do. And if that meant his son was well over age, but he still had to circumcise him. And his wife had an issue with that because that wasn't their custom. So that's just like when you marrying outside Israel, you better be ready to deal with the things that heathen woman gonna bring to you. That's why we're not supposed to marry outside our race, outside our nationality, because there's certain things that she gonna want to do that's accustomed to her nationality, and it's gonna be certain things that you're not gonna be down with because you're trying to gain your nationality and your heritage back. Circumcision is one of them. Not celebrating birthdays is another. Christmases, holidays, all of that. Just think about you going through it with somebody that's not in the truth and you in the truth and you trying to
follow the laws. You ain't gonna get the kids nothing for their birthday. It's Christmas. They can have something, and you standing on business. That woman gonna say you evil as hell. You ain't no good. You a deadbeat daddy. You don't get your kids nothing for their birthday. I ain't letting you see the kids because they ain't got nothing for Christmas. Everybody else children got toys. My kids ain't got no toys.
Fact.
This is what Moses was going through in these verses. You understand?
Con, yeah, con with con. So he was like, you know, basically dealing with like exactly what you were just saying, sir. Like him trying to follow the Most High, trying to do everything he tell him, but you know, you got people on the outside, you know, family who don't necessarily follow the Most High, you know what I'm saying, and they kind of like his wife, even though like she was a heathen anyway, but it's like when you come to serve the Most High, but your family, you know what I'm saying, they don't know the Most High, they don't know nothing about that. All they know is what, you know, what they've been doing and this and that. So all of this is foreign to them. So it's like they kind of feeling feeling how they feel about you making the changes and trying to do right.
Right. And just think about this. She was so angry at Moses that she did exactly what she didn't want him to do. You see how women think?
Damn.
She didn't want him to circumcise the kid, so she did it. Which she didn't want him to cause the kid pain, but she caused him pain. You see what I'm saying?
All out of spite.
All out of spite. You feel me? And that's what these women do. She did exactly what she said she became. Just to prove a point. Just say, see here, look, there you go. And she threw it at his feet. Threw the foreskin at his feet. Moses would have had more compassion to his son when he was performing that certain. She took a sharp stone, not even a knife, not even something that they use that will probably cause the less pain. She took a sharp stone, cut it off, and threw it at his feet. He called him a bloody husband. Because you didn't buy your kid nothing for their birthday or Christmas, she's not allowing you to see that child. Who did that hurt? That hurt the child.
Yeah, con.
And this is the thing that our women learn from the heathen. These type of attitudes, they learned that from following the heathen. Even not thou oppress and choose none of his ways. That's not just for men, that's for women too. You know what I mean? Our sisters didn't want to go to damn work. They were straight taking home the kids and making sure the food was straight. Now they got to work 40, 50 hours and take care of the kids and make sure that they taking care of their husband in the ways like a wife should, because they want to listen and follow their oppressor's wife. She the one that was getting beat up and beat and getting the money, and he was spending the money on booze all the time. Until we start following them, that shit poured on into our houses. So like it for being.
Nah, that was the whole point. I get the brother in. I guess
It's
we
a
got.
lot.
Go ahead.
Now I was about to say, and also in 24 where it said that the Lord met him and sought to kill him. Who is this? Is it talking about? It's talking about Pharaoh or his firstborn, Salaki, in verse 24.
No, I think he was talking about his son, right? So like I say, he's talking about his son, right?
He's talking about Moses.
Talking about he was about to kill Moses. Right.
Moses' son.
No, he was about to kill Moses.
Oh, Moses.
Because Moses had a hard time. Just think about this. Like, we hearing the laws, statutes, and commandments from other men that follow that got the spirit of love. Just think about you hearing it from the Lord, telling you got to do this, and you taking your time with it. The Most High ain't he merciful, but when he say do something, he mean for you to do it.
Damn.
Moses had a hard time because of what his wife was giving him grief about, not because the Lord told him, and his wife giving him grief was hindering him from following the commandments that the Lord told him to do. So the Lord like, nigga, what? All right,
Man.
I got that. You know what? I'm gonna make it easier for you. Nigga, if you don't do this, this is what's gonna happen. You remember when the Lord was finna kill all of Israel and start over with Aaron and Moses? Until Moses pleaded with the Lord, like, Lord, don't kill him, because then the other nations gonna talk bad about it. The
Terrible
Lord is
power.
gangster, man. The Lord is gangster. He's to be feared. It ain't nothing to be played with. See, Christianity done put sugar in it. They done made shit sweet like the Lord just want unalive. Nigga. Look, listen. When you I'm sorry, sir. I'm not running.
Go
I
ahead.
gotta, I'm acting like
Yeah.
man, the Judy Hunter be going on and things just popping to his head that listen. The Lord is such a gangster. He mean what the hell he say. He gave Ezekiel's wife a heart attack and told him he better not cry. And you better go out and teach the people.
Damn. Shit.
You know what I'm saying? Not only am I'm about to take your wife, but nigga, you can't even mourn because I got a job for you to do. And it's way more important than you mourning your wife that's already gone. When the Lord mean business, he mean business. He also merciful. But when he tell you to do something, damn it, you better do it. And the reason why people don't fear the Lord because that punishment ain't swift. But don't mean that it ain't coming. You know what I'm saying? You steal from somebody, you rob somebody, you murder somebody, just because you ain't been handled up right then and there, don't mean that your punishment ain't coming. And they think that the Lord is asleep because they're not getting punished for the evil things that they do nowadays. But it do come, and you do get punished. It is not right when you do it. There's no more Levi priest to come cut your head off for eating that ham sandwich or sleeping with that man's wife, because we all transgress the law. But don't think that the Lord won't handle up on your ass, because he will. And he done did it. So like,
Yeah. So like it.
See, I don't even know if I should say it on live right now. But I had to ask this same question, but I got a different answer. It's a lot. I won't say who said it, but I asked the same question, and they said that verse 24 was talking about Pharaoh. He sought to kill Pharaoh instead of, because I thought it was Moses as well, but he said it was Pharaoh. So, you know,
it's all right. Slocky, come on, you was about to say something?
Yeah, couple cons, sir.
Go
I
ahead.
was just gonna say, like, in reading that really put stuff in the perspective. It just make you realize even more, like the Lord is not to be trifled with, not to be played with. Because all these years, like especially coming up Christian, and the way they teach the Bible, and you know what I'm saying, you have a whole nother viewpoint of how certain of what's going on in certain scriptures. So to read it like the way you brought it out, you know what I'm saying, like the Lord was finna, Moses was taking too long, so the Lord was finna get just finish him, like get him up out of here. That just put things into perspective. Like the way the Christian church teach about the Most High and Christ, you know what I'm saying, is completely different than what the Bible is actually laying out. Like them, like the Most High is nothing to be played with, sir. Salakia.
That's
Yeah.
why I just broke this down too.
Right.
Yeah, that's why I say, like, man, don't waste your time, man. Take heed, like, don't make haste to come into this truth, because, oh yeah, you think you got time, you already lost. If you think you got time to get right, nigga, you already lost. You already lost. You should be making haste to get in here after all this. Like, you can never repay the many times that the Lord done held back from unalive me with all the things you done did. Especially to be myself. I know me myself. Like, I always keep that in the front of my mind. Never to forget, like, I deserve death. And the fact of the matter that I'm still here right now is the Lord's mercy. So I better be working towards paying that off, even though I couldn't pay that off 10 lifetimes. But I can work on chopping it down. So when the Lord see my bill, and you know what I'm saying, his will that he have mercy and allow me to even sweep the floors, sweep the roads in the kingdom, I'll be happy with that. Dumping trash in the kingdom, if we have trash or whatever, be a garbage man. I'll be happy with being a garbage man in the kingdom of heaven and Yahawadah kingdom than anything else, because I know I don't deserve it. So when you out here and you thinking that you deserve anything, just know, yeah, you deserve something. You deserve death. But the Lord have mercy on you. So work towards honoring that mercy that the Most High gave you, that he given us. Because a lot of people ain't gonna have that. They didn't get that. So like, all right,
Salakia.
Go ahead. What time is it?
148.
Yeah, go ahead. Get down. You got a word.
Nah, Salakia. This
You
last,
said
what I was gonna
2:15?
ask, it was gonna be quick. Where in 27,
Officer Kamar, you had something to say?
Salakia, can you hear me?
This thing always leave me. Officer Kamar.
Salakia.
You might be on mute.
Salakia, can y'all hear me?
Anyway. Anything else?
Questions?
You sure you want me to ask another question?
Why not?
I don't know if you got time. Salakia.
I mean, it's 150 now.
Hold on to the next time.
Is it gonna take 20 minutes to break it down?
I can get it for you. You can decipher that.
Yeah, let's get it.
Card. Luke 9 and 2. You can 9 and 27.
Salakia, can y'all hear me?
God, we hear you now.
Okay, Con. Nah, I was about to say I had like one quick that was in 27.
What, verse 27?
Con with Con, sir. It's quick though. It's like when it say he met up with when Moses met up with Aaron in the wilderness. When it says that he kissed him, that's a salute, right?
Yeah, what you mean? What you think? He kissed him on the mouth?
No, I'm just making sure that's 100%. Like, yeah, that's a salute. It's a like it.
You know, that's okay. He embraced him. Like, pretty sure Moses knew that sodomy is a sin. And kissing another man on the mouth is a sin. You know what I'm saying? So
You can 100% say that was the salute. You know what I mean?
right.
Like, when we salute, we touch each other, right? And those touches, right? And depending on what time frame you speaking in, they'll use the word kiss, right? When your car touches the curb while you hitting the corner, they'll say what? You kissed the curb, right?
Mhm.
So it's basically what they did. They embraced each other. They dapped each other up, hugged it out. You know what I mean? The salute. You know what I'm saying? So sure.
Yeah, kind. I'm pretty sure. I'm already knowing like you want to, but I'm just
Mhm.
making sure.
What is
I know
this?
it. I know it wasn't. I'm just saying like,
Yeah.
yeah.
You asked it. You like, did them niggas kiss or what? Nah, man. You forgot Moses killed the nigga and buried that nigga in the sand. He wasn't going around kissing niggas. Like, he was that was absolutely like I was trying to say that was a salute. And you gotta understand, like, this is a breakdown from our original language, the Hebrew. So if you get a concordance or a BLB, it means a different word in the Hebrew. You know what I mean?
Come.
You know what I'm saying? Like words in English don't mean the same thing in Hebrew, or words in Hebrew don't mean the same thing in English. Feel what I'm saying? So he tried to, King James tried to get it as close as he could to the original translation, even though some words may not mean the same. You feel what I'm saying?
Come, sir.
So like just the way that Ocean Thought Shop said, like your rims kiss the curb, though. Your tires, they ain't got lips. You know what I'm saying? So they can't. It just mean like they embraced or something like that.
Yeah, it's a lot, sir.
Go ahead.
Yeah, if I could, I was just asking this also part two because of like when we go on the Bigo side of the app, like I done heard some fools bring this out. I think it wasn't in Exodus, but it was somewhere else, you know what I'm saying, about the kiss and whatnot. And I've heard before that it's a salute, but fools, them fools get on there and they'll say anything. Like I heard one of them dudes on there say that means you niggas gotta kiss each other. Just a whole bunch of nonsense. But yeah, I was kind of getting it. So a nigga come across me with that again, I could just like go ahead and
Man, y'all some strong
cut
brothers
that.
up there with them brothers in bingo, man.
Mhm.
There's some nutcases on there. I can't do it. I can't do it. Salakia. But thank the Lord for brothers like you and Captain Tazariak and Officer Kazak and all you other brothers that's over there on bingo. You know what I'm saying? Cleaning house. Yeah.
Yeah, come. It's the water out of wine.
Hey, no sweat.
I'm almost sign correct. I'll grab the last one. Last question.
Luke 9:27.
Uh, I'm there. You know where to be. You there too?
Oh,
Yeah, you can go for it.
Is the book of Luke, verse 9:27. But I tell you of a truth, there be some standing here which shall not taste of death till they see the kingdom of God.
what's your question?
So what did he mean by that? They all dead, ain't it?
Are they all dead?
Well, maybe not. According to what he's saying, there's someone maybe hiding in a rock somewhere waiting for the kingdom of God to come back.
So and correct me if I'm wrong, sir. So when Christ said, I'll tell you the truth, that light has come already, when he was referred to John the Baptist as Elijah, does that go hand in hand?
Yeah, it's like
But he said, taste of death. you ain't gonna die.
But he's here. John the Baptist was here. Elias was here through John the Baptist, even though his name was John.
Elijah didn't die.
I guess.
You sure about that? You said Elijah didn't die? You sure about that? He was taken in a chariot, right? So John the Baptist being Elijah, how could that be then? If Elijah never died?
That's another question.
Yeah, it's a good question, ain't it?
Like, yes, you mean to tell me it's one nigga that's in heaven that's alive, that's been alive from earth, just went straight up in there?
Shalaki.
I was saying what you said that he didn't die, he got taken up in the chariot, but
That's strange.
Yeah. So that should tell you, right? I mean, the Bible teaches reincarnation. So John is reincarnated from Elijah, right? That should let you know that Elijah eventually did what?
Shalaki, can you say it again?
So it's mentioned in the scriptures that John is Elijah, right? We also he's not going to use it.
Say even before he was born, that was a prophecy.
Right. Boom. In the Malachi. You know what I'm saying? Saying that Elijah must come, right?
What? And I think it's in John. Is when the angel came to his parents and told him that
Right.
he would be born in the spirit of Elijah.
Right. God. You know what I'm saying? Because in Malachi it said that, Elijah's gonna come before the day of the Lord. You know what I'm saying? So John, it was exactly that. That's who he was. Right? Now we know that Elijah was taken up in a chariot, right? So if John's the reincarnation of Elijah, that should tell you that Elijah eventually did what?
He died but it's like saying he died in the chariot. So when he was with God, that doesn't compute.
Right. Well, what if now this is of course speculation because we don't know, right?
Right.
But we can put two to two together, right? Based on what we do know, right? Let's just say that he wasn't with the father the whole time. Like, let's say it was only for a period of time. Could have the father not brought him back to earth? Right? It's a possibility, right? But what we do know is that at some point he had to die in order for him to be reincarnated.
Or he could have just been sent back down and reborn without death.
Well, that's the same thing with Immaculate Conception then, if that's the case. Right? If he could have just been set back down and never taste death, right? Then I guess Christ was born of the Holy Spirit. Then. You get what I'm saying?
I'm lost.
because if I may,
Go ahead.
because Christ been here before. So how did he come again if he didn't die? So what also thought shop is saying through like what he said, well, Christ was born immaculate, then that mean, he never was King Solomon. He never was.
Yes, he never was the people he was. He never was the people in the past. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're saying that some spirit is what impregnated Elizabeth, then that's the same that could be said for Mary. You dig what I'm saying?
Well, it's like if
Uh-huh.
the angle in which I see it is, it's just like how the scriptures say when we die, our spirit goes back to the Father.
Mm-hmm.
So that he could do what he will with that same spirit.
Right.
You know what I mean? Not
Yeah.
necessarily Immaculate Conception,
Mm-hmm.
but taking that spirit and putting it here. Taking
Okay.
that spirit and putting it there.
Well, when does that process begin? Of him taking that spirit and putting it there and putting it here?
When does it begin?
Yeah.
During conception, I would say.
Prior to that.
Prior to that.
Uh-huh.
After death.
After what?
After death.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So at some point, Elijah had to die.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? At some point, Elijah had to die in order. Like, I mean, that's just. You, no, I'm just saying that in order for us to get to the John the Baptist part. But go ahead, go.
It reminds me of that precept
Mhm.
about Ecclesiasticus, where he said, "This is the way of all kings.
Right, right,
They all die."
right. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's perfect precept. Perfect precept. Like, you know what I mean? Like, everybody goes through that in life. You know what I'm saying? And Elijah was no different, right? In order for John the Baptist to be Elijah had to pass away. Okay.
So what does it mean here then? In 27, he says, "There be some that will not taste of death."
Right. So it's not saying you're gonna live immortal, not gonna live forever, right? We all die eventually. You know what I'm saying? But there's some brothers coming back in the reincarnation that'll be set on thrones judging the 12 tribes of Israel. You get what I'm saying? They're not gonna be plagued with this bull crap that we're going through right now. You dig what I'm saying? They're gonna come back, rulership in the kingdom of heaven, running this earth.
So,
Most time, correct. So that's it. Yo, shout out to Taza Rock, man, because this brother came with a hell of the questions, man, and I like that. I like that. Bro. I pray that you come every week, please. Make it your mission. Come every week, man, so we can, rock out, man. But that's all I had. And shout out to Officer Kamar as well and everybody that tuned in. Man, damn right.
Yeah.
Anything else?
I got more. But
Anybody? What's up? Yeah, good. It's 202. Yeah, it's 202. I think you got time at 202.
We got 13 minutes.
I think you still got time.
15.
We got room for one more.
All right, bro.
So they come knocking on the door.
Yeah,
Ain't like you ain't used to it.
You niggas gotta go. All right. Let me just check online to see if anybody had anything to say. My bad. Cause he kept the law, kept the law. Okay. Yeah, you got it, talk around.
Luke 10 and 1.
All right, you got it, word.
After these, the book of Luke, chapter 10, verse 1. After these things, the Lord appointed other 70 also, and sent them two and two before his face to every city and place where he himself would come. We don't know who these 70 are. Were they also disciples as well?
That what it is? If you want, yeah, get down.
Yes. They were.
Okay.
Just like
If I could, because if I know you're thinking of,
no, look,
but
go.
you said yes, they are,
Yeah.
right? Which is true, 100%. I want you to. Do you know what makes that correct on what he said? Do you know what precept? Whatever you thinking
Go
of,
ahead.
because I know you was about to give him the answer. So
No, I was just trying to think of one of the disciples that went like the main 12,
Mhm.
but that was still doing, you know what I'm saying, the same work as them, but following after Christ's teaching.
God.
So I was trying to think of one. I don't know if it was.
Let me ask the chat, or Oscar Kumar, anybody that's tuning in, like what precept could we use proving that there was more than just 12?
Slovakia. I believe I got. I had to get it. I had to look for it. See if it's the right one.
What you think about? What you want to paraphrase for time's sake?
Oh, oh, think I don't know if it's right though.
Just spit it out, priest. My time said double shot. We'll get it right if it ain't right. Spit it out. And if you don't know, just just say you don't really know.
Slack. I don't think I know it. I don't really know.
All right, no sweat. We gonna get it. Like,
Did you? I mean, did you want to? I didn't want to mess up your trade.
no, go ahead.
Okay.
No, we one body.
All right, but yeah, the precept. There's two precepts. I'm thinking, right? Let me go to John chapter 6 and give me verse 66.
Come on, guys.
Come.
Whoever got it.
The book of John, chapter 6, and verse 66. From that time, many of his disciples
Many of his what? Read on.
went back
Mm-hmm.
and walked no more with him.
Right. So who's that talking about?
The 70.
Brother
So he was talking about 5,000.
Right. The other ones that because he fed 5,000 people.
They believe.
You know what I'm saying? And they all believed in him. So Christ had more than 12. The 12 was just his core. You know what I'm saying? His main nigga.
So before that, I would have thought this scripture meant those who walked with him stopped following him.
Mm-hmm. But it used the word disciple. Right. So that means that those that learned from them, that was rocking with him. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, because the 5,000 was walking with him because they was getting free food. So that they say, yeah, you gotta eat my flesh and drink my blood. Everybody like, oh. Nigga started, drink.
Yeah.
Nigga started leaving, grabbing plates to go and like, niggas out of there. You know what I'm saying? And Christ was like, yeah, y'all gonna leave too? This is what he asked the 12. Y'all gonna leave? Y'all out of here? I ain't got no more fish and bread. I ain't give you niggas nothing else. Nothing else but this flesh and blood. You know what I'm saying? And they stayed.
Can I ask one more quick one that's not pertaining to your script? I mean, it's in the scriptures, but there's no verse. I mean, there are verses, but can I just ask this quick? Did Yahawadah read thoughts? Could he read the mind?
Like mutants, like Professor X and shit.
Yes, but I wouldn't say it like that. I forget who was the disciple that he first went to, and he told him what he was doing. He was like, "Oh, you was doing this." He's like, "Oh, how you do that?" He's like, "Well, if you, never mind."
What disciple was that? You know what he talking about? Because was it talking about Matthew?
Was it the Israelite indeed? Is it that one we said that to?
I gotta find the scripture, but he told him.
Timothy?
He had told him exactly what he was doing. And then there's other precepts where he says he knew their hearts,
Their minds.
their mind.
That's
Like, you
the
can
heart.
read their mind.
No, he just don't like you know how you like how a person carry themselves, how a person speak, what they talk about, you can tell what type of person they is. You know what I mean? How if a person say something or how a person delivers a message or something, even just by having conversations, he know like how what they thinking, like what type of person they is. Like just even interacting with the Pharisees, he knew what type of people they were. Interacting with Judas, he knew what Judas was all about. You know what I'm saying? By their actions and stuff like that. That's how he could tell their mind, like what kind of mindset, what type of person they was. They ain't like, Yahushua wasn't no mutant. You know what I'm saying? He can like I don't think he was read his thoughts in their minds like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? You gotta realize Christ was born just like me and you. You wasn't born with no special abilities and powers and stuff like that. He gained that from the Lord. The Lord gave him everything that he had.
So, lucky, this is the verse I'm talking about.
Go ahead.
John 1 and 47.
Mm-hmm.
Yahawadah saw Nathanael coming to him
Mm-hmm.
and said of him, Behold, an Israelite indeed.
That's what Thawashab said. Why did he say that? Did he read his mind? It's like, what did he do? Read it again.
Yahawadah saw Nathanael coming to
So
him.
he did what?
Saw him coming to him.
He did what?
He saw him coming to him.
So he seen him coming to him. And then what happened? What did he say?
And said of him, Behold, an Israelite indeed.
Why was he called an Israelite indeed? When you see Thawashar rolling up and he got that Yahawadah scarf on and pants and everything and his Yahawadah, what you gonna say? That's a UPK nigga.
Both sides.
That nigga ain't got no
Behold.
bracelet on the bottom of his shirt. You know what I'm saying? Saying rocking purple or that other stuff. You see Taza Rock. That nigga got the Most High name across his chest. He got that Israelite UPK scully on his head. What they gonna say? Oh, that nigga fuck with the UPK nigga. Yeah,
Nigga, indeed.
Yeah,
Indeed.
indeed. Yahawadah saw that thing. That nigga had Israelite clothing on. Probably had a nice garment. You know what I'm saying? Everything. He wasn't dressed like them Roman, like with them Roman togas on, like probably some of the other Israelites because they was in captivity. They're just dressed with a shag on. How they try to make us seem, but he was dressed like an Israelite. Mm-hmm.
Then can you explain 50 then?
What 50 say?
It says, Yahawadah answered and said unto him, Because I said unto thee, I saw thee under the fig tree, believest thou? Thou shalt see greater things than these. So how was that great to begin with that he saw him as an Israelite? So what did he see exactly that they thought was great? It had to be something.
It doesn't wasn't no teleportation type. Like he didn't go in his mind and see in the future, seeing him sitting up on the fig tree. It wasn't that. How you know how I didn't see him before he came? Sitting there.
The only reason why I asked because he performed many other miracles, right? Even one that was seen impossible. Like the one where he told, I forget who it was, but he told him go catch a fish. The first fish you find, you're gonna find money in his mouth. What?
Mm-hmm. Those are miracles.
That's a miracle.
Right. They ain't like everything that he did, the Lord allowed him, it gave him that gift to do it. So when Yahawadah said it like that, it's because the Lord provided it to be like that so he can show himself through Christ. To show himself that the Lord is with Christ. Because they was like, this nigga is the carpenter's son. We know him. He grew up in the hood. How the hell is he raising people from the dead and shit like that? This nigga is a mutant. Nah, that was gift the Lord showing his power through Yahawadah. So people will know that the Lord was with him. To answer your question, we'll have to go and get into it and really like break it down. But it wasn't no, what is called, telekinesis or something like that.
Yeah, I think that's what it's called. Yeah.
It wasn't nothing like that, bro. That I can assure you that. And if I'm wrong, Salakia, but I never heard that breakdown of saying like Yahawadah read niggas' minds and stuff like that. He just know, like, just like you say, like, you know, you be around somebody and you can tell what type of person they is just by meeting them. Just by the first couple interactions with him. He could probably be that first interaction with somebody, be like, this dude, bro. You know what I'm saying? Or, yeah, he ain't too right. Even though you might not know everything, but you just know something ain't right about something. Or you can just say, oh, I believe that this brother is a good brother. You know what I mean? Just interacting with it. And so, like you said, you want to.
No, you go ahead.
Like,
The only thing I do want to add is just like, intuition. You know what I mean? What they'll call it today. Just understanding human behavior, understanding how people behave and operate, like Chaanak is saying. You know what I'm saying? When Christ seen him, he saw him, knew like this brother was like, hey, what? You know what I'm saying? He asked him, well, how do you know me? And I said, seen you under the fig tree. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
How was that like? But like, you know what I mean? Like he knew this man was A1 because he seen him. You know what I mean? You know, it wasn't like those special powers that it didn't say that this man was eating under the fig tree. It didn't say he was working under the fig tree. He said he was sitting under the fig tree. They saw him under the fig tree.
Yeah, there's
That,
yeah.
that, no,
Go ahead, sir.
I'm just saying, right there, from there, he understood like this man was, because his mannerism, you know what I'm saying? Intuition, understanding people behavior, understanding, certain characteristics about themselves. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
But I'm just still trying to figure out what made it so great. Like, why was that great? Like, if I see you wearing Israelite clothing, and I think, I know you're an Israelite. What would make that so wow? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because you said, like in verse 50, he said, because I said I seen you on the fig tree down, you believe? It don't tell you the day by day account of what happened that day. It tell you specific. So how about saying this? And this is speculation. I don't want to add or subtract from it. But what if before he came to him, he already seen him? You know what I mean? Like what if like if what if like also thought shop say, hey, a brother coming to class. And that same brother coming to class could be the brother that I passed by on the way up here.
So lucky for me. I just think the only kind of difference would be like if somebody came and said,
The
"Oh, I
great
thought
part,
lucky."
the great part, you saying? The great part, you saying? Because of that?
The only difference is like if somebody came and said, "Oh, I saw y'all at the library." Well, you could suppose that because there's so many people here, and you could think that was somebody came by. But this man was sitting underneath the fig tree. Maybe he thought he was alone at the time, and no one saw him there. So how did you know I was sitting underneath the fig tree? I don't know. So like,
Yeah. Because I saw you sitting on the fig tree. Y'all sure said he seen him sitting on the fig tree.
I don't know, yeah. Niggas just say, you know
I
what?
mean,
I think that mean, I don't know. Shit.
it was a slucky.
Maybe he had powers. I don't know. Maybe he seen the future and that's already what it just. I don't know, niggas. I mean, he seen a nigga under the fig tree. You know what I mean? That's
So I'm gonna ask you this question. So did Yahawadah foresee Judas betraying him? Did he have a visual in the future like this nigga's gonna betray me? Or did he see the characteristics of Judas, knowing that he would do anything for money? For that bag, did he know that? Like Yahawadah, like Officer Thought said, the characteristics of Judas, did Yahawadah realize this nigga got a traitorous spirit on him?
there was some characteristics of Judas that show that he was greedy for money. I get that. Maybe not maybe. Your house is a good judge of character.
I would think so. I would think so. Even when he said Peter was gonna be so afraid at the point that he gonna deny him.
See what I'm saying?
But did he foresee that?
How? But how did he know before the cock crowed? Before the cock crowed 3 times, you gonna deny me? That's future seed. Like that's direct answers about what's going to happen. I would understand if he said before the sun come up, but he said before the chicken, before that rooster do it 3 times, you going to deny me. That is the future.
I tell you what, keep that same energy for Saturday. Next Saturday, we're gonna revisit this because that's like remember that he had the spirit, and did when priests when the prophets prophesied about what was gonna happen, who gave him to? Who told him that? Who gave him that prophecy? Who gave him that
The
vision?
Most High.
The Most High gave him. So did they like see it with their own mind and tell them like kinesis or whatever that word is? Did they see it themselves, or did the Lord give them the spirit of discernment and understanding and gave them that to tell the folks,
I would
to
say
tell the people?
I would say it's kind of like, when General Yahawadah back then, when he made certain prophecies about what will happen in the future, and we see it today. I don't know if he necessarily saw it in his mind. He was just talking, and the Most High moved through his words.
So, but the who?
The Most High.
Right. Am I not hitting the nail on the head? Like the Most High gave him that. Told him that this was gonna happen.
By all means, you know, and I could speak for Chaanak as well too. Or we're denying any miracles that Yahawadah did, because the brother did do miracles. You know,
Come
what I mean?
on.
But in certain cases, he was not just like every miracle that he did, it came from the Most High. He was not no ultra super being from, you know what I'm saying? Like that's out of this world type of thing. If that was the case, then we cannot relate to that. You know what I'm saying? Like he was put on this earth as an example for us. Now imagine if we 100% connect to the Most High. Imagine what we can do.
Yeah, right there. You're gonna do greater things than me.
But was he talking to his disciples though? But
What is-
not us directly. He was talking to the 12.
Right. Yeah.
Are you a disciple of Christ? Are you a follower of Christ?
I'm saying directly.
Yeah.
Directly to the 12.
Right.
The 12 are going to be able to do more than what I did.
Mm-hmm.
Not the 70.
Right. Who to say that could be you though? Like that could still be you, my nigga.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like we're all disciples of Christ. The thing is that those that followed him did not stick around to the end.
Mhm.
If you stick around to the end, you'll be able to do greater things than what he's doing right now. You know what I'm saying? But we have to fight until the end. Like right now, we're in that process of 100% connecting to the Most High. Every day I think about it. I obsess myself with it. Imagine what I can do if I connect 100% with the Most High. And guess what? I 100% believe it. You know what I'm saying? And miracles are going to be done, and we're going to be able to do miracles and do things that we can't even explain and all that stuff. But it comes with the learning of how Yahawadah did it. You know what I'm saying? It's not nothing you're born with. It's not no special powers or nothing. It's all through the Most High. And that's how Yahawadah did it. You know what I'm saying? He was a living example on what it looks like to serve the Lord completely. You know what I'm saying?
I got one question for you. Did Commander and General Yahawadah raise people from the dead?
Spiritually, yes. But what's Yahweh?
This nigga.
And they didn't say he gonna praise them.
Nah, go ahead. Yeah.
Yahawadah was raising them physically.
Right.
Physically.
Right. I'm not doubting the miracles that he did, but the only reason why he was able to raise them from the dead is not because he had special powers. You understand what I'm saying? Remember when the brother that passed away for 3 days, Lazarus, right? And he made a prayer, right? He gathered everybody in the room and made a prayer. And he's in the beginning of the prayer, and I'm paraphrasing, he says, I come to you always, but now I'm coming to you not because, just me and you, but because everybody that's around. I'm paraphrasing. For all those that's around, that they may believe on you as well. You understand what I'm saying? Like, it's the Lord that made that man rise from the dead, so everybody else around the room could believe that Yahawadah was with the Most High. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's not him. It's the Most High that did that. You know what I mean? But he always gave credit to the Most High. Always. Go ahead.
Couple of saying to back up what you're saying, he always saying, I have nothing on my own but what the Father give me.
Right.
Christ always said that the Lord, whatever he does or whatever he's doing, it's not him that's doing it, it's the Lord is doing it. just like Officer Thought I say, so the people can believe and see that, you know, follow Christ and Christ will lead you back to the Most High.
So I understand completely. I'm not saying he did all that on his own. I'm just asking, was he able to do those things? That was just my question. Not where he got it from. Not that if he was doing it himself, but just that, was he doing that?
Yeah, he literally rose people from the dead by the permission of the Most High, right?
Correct.
And that, I want to grab, can we grab that prayer before we get up out of here? Just grab what he said. So, can
You asking me?
Oh, yeah. Can we just pull it up real quick?
Yeah,
just type in, oh yeah, your phone died, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, my bad. Just type in, Lazarus when he was raised from the dead.
That was gonna be another one of my questions too.
Okay.
Have it next week.
All right. I just want to get what he prayed before. He said
He always do the will of our Father.
Right.
John 11.
I'm not saying that's what he said, but I'm just saying, like, just iterate, like, Christ always said, I do what the Lord asked me to do. And like Officer Thoushop said, it doesn't mention how many times he prayed to the Lord for things. When he went to him solo and the Lord gave him a different mission or a new mission or this and that, or when before he met Nathaniel, he talked to the Most High, and the Most High said, you're gonna meet this man, his name is Nathaniel, you're gonna see him sitting under a fig tree. And Yahawadah said that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The Lord gave him the tools that he needed. God.
41, John 11, 41 and 42.
Okay. If you could read that real.
The book of John, chapter 11. So like, I gotta use the bathroom. I can't even think straight. Right?
Yeah, I gotta use the bathroom too.
I'm gonna try. All right.
All right.
John 11, 41. Then they took away the stone from the place where the dead was laid. And Yahushua lifted up his eyes and said, Father, I thank thee that thou hast heard me. And I knew that thou hearest me always.
He does what?
He hearest me always.
So everything that he's able to do is by the permission of the Most High. The only reason why he was able to raise this man from the dead, because the Lord allowed him to do that. You know what I'm saying? But he had to ask the Most High to do it. You know what I mean? Like, hey, I'm about to heal this person. Lord, give me, you know what I'm saying? Then he'll perform the miracle. You know what I'm saying? But go continue. I don't want to be too long with it. Go ahead.
But because of the people which stand by, I said it, that they may believe it that thou hast sent me.
Right. So that's the only reason why. But you go ahead and use the bathroom. So like, yeah, go.
All right, with that, thank y'all for, you know what I'm saying, rolling with us, man. This is an excellent class, you know what I'm saying? But this is a lesson for everybody else, man. Study and read. Study and read. You know what I mean? Ask your questions, man. I tell everybody every weekend, man, have 2 questions on Saturday. 2 questions ain't hard. 2 questions ain't hard. So with that, you know what I'm saying? Yahweh Shem Shabbat thumb to the brothers. Yahweh Shem Shabbat shout to the sisters. We'll pass the class over to Officer Kamar. You got the announcements ready?
Come with kind, sir.
I got that. I'll do that.
Yeah.
Before you.
Go ahead. You got it.
I got to do that too.
Go ahead. All right. Come with kind. It's the ISUPK security announcements. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to learn and shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, they are to seek counsel from the heads. Tithes was a commandment. You can find this in Numbers 18:21, Malachi chapter 3, verses 8 to 10. Ma'ashra means 10th in the Hebrew. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, give to the general, Mayaka Allah, or the teacher. Priest fund is a free will offering for the priest, not mandatory, whatever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocations, we got in like a few days, March 2nd and 3rd, we got the Feast of Purim. If you haven't already, report to Officer Magazar whether you'll be attending, and if you are attending, what you'll be bringing to the feast. That is, again, March 2nd and 3rd. And get with your camp leader for all the details and information. And in April, we got the Lord's 57th annual Passover in Houston, Texas. It's gonna be lit. Make sure y'all pay y'all $200 Passover fee. Make sure you have reported where you're gonna be staying, who you riding with, how you getting down there, et cetera, et cetera. All this information is important. It's important to have all that in. Just make sure that y'all have all that information as well. And all of Israel is required to be at the Passover. It is a high holy day. It is not an option. So whatever you need to do to get down there, make sure you communicate that and be ready to get down there and celebrate the Lord's 57th annual Passover. The ISUPK under command of General Yahawadah, the only Passover authorized by the Lord. Make sure y'all get down there. It's gonna be lit. They got the a whole list full of events. All the one of them got the itinerary. It's gonna be a great time serving the Lord and brothers and sisters coming together and enjoying the Passover. And also Salakia, there's going to be there's a camp. It's going to be a camp in Miami, if I'm not mistaken, sir. Right?
That's to be announced. We'll get to that.
You ain't gotta necessarily announce that.
Con.
But we'll get updated. Con. Last but not least, if a brother wants to become a trooper in the school, start wearing all black boots, shirt, pants, headband, and scarf. That, go give a courtesy salute to the teachers in the Israel Mayim, if you haven't already, which means to stand. I'm in the Israel Amayim Shabbat. Amayim Barak.
Yahawadah,
Yahawadah. I'm going to give a courtesy salute to the sisters in the class as well. I'm in the Israel Amayim Shabbat. Amayim Barak. Yahawadah. Class dismissed.
You.